KNBZ social channels.
Subscribe to Beyond the Pitch KC.
All right. Here we go. One person at a time. You know what? Give me your topic on the Chiefs. I'll give you mine on the Royals. And, Mac, you talk about last night's NBA game on 3, go. So
the draft. We're going to do this thing. We're going to have a nice. Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. Wow. Good morning. Hey, I got a real question for you this morning as we get started today on what we call it Tuesday. Was that song from the Rossini-Vrabel track on Spotify from their playlist that she sent to Mike on December 19th, 2022?
Is that true?
I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know. I'm sure that song is probably on there. It's a great banger tune from back in the day. Oh, I didn't see
playlist is true.
Yeah, I'm guessing it is. I've seen it everywhere. Now her Spotify account apparently has been deleted on all of this, right?
And now we're tracking when her second son was born and when she was covering Titans games.
Exactly. There's a lot going on.
Those timelines are adding up a little bit too much
it's going to get uglier. I saw a tweet this morning from an investigative guy on the internet because you just wait what's coming. I was like, oh God, I can only imagine what more is going to come out of this story. But I feel like we're just scratching the surface on this one, guys.
So the hotel suite was just the tip of the iceberg?
No, I think that was the finish. I really do. I mean, like that was the completion of everything,
I feel like that's the first thing we saw, and then the rest has just been under the water. It's more massive
I see
underneath.
what you're saying. Yes, got you on that standpoint.
You know what I mean? Like that was like, oh wow, they're not.
Though it's interesting. Like if you're the husband, who leaves first? Vrabel's wife or Rossini's husband? You can make those bets on betonline.ag if you're interested.
The spouses both win, right? Because clearly there's enough evidence. Like I'm pretty sure, I don't know what the percentages was, quite high, that when there is divorce, it's normally favored towards the mother of the children, right? We all kind of know that, right? And so Vrabel's wife, she, as we know now, has not been linked to any sort of adultery.
Right.
He, clearly. And then her husband, where, the woman should normally be favored as the mother of the children, I mean... Good
luck with that case.
You know what I mean? So it's like, he's like, well, I want to pay alimony, so that's cool. Plus, he could probably also get some sort of lawsuit towards her because of the publicity he's gotten that he doesn't necessarily like. I'm sure he's got a good law team.
I mean, I wonder if she makes more money than him too, because if she makes more money than him, which she may, I don't know what his job is. She would pay him. Yeah, she would owe him alimony. So
I wonder if she made him sign a prenup.
I don't know. That's another interesting question in this whole thing. Again, I don't know what he does. He's probably some sort of lawyer.
He's
some normal
the vice
job,
president of Total Rewards and HR technology for Shake Shack.
He does very well.
That's right.
He's pretty good. Yeah,
I think he's
probably
more.
solid.
Yeah.
Look up his net worth.
Yeah.
I bet it's $200 million.
Yeah, so probably, he's going to probably owe her.
200's high.
Well, I don't know, man.
Who
knows? Well, now she has no job. So, I don't know how she's going to pay him or anything like that because she isn't working for anybody right now. But every day it's just another one. Now it's the playlist from Spotify. And the Spotify account's been deleted down, too.
Did you ever make a tape for a girl?
No, I never did. Maybe my wife I did, but burned a CD or something. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Or maybe you make a playlist now, obviously. But, I mean, I wouldn't be doing it for somebody that I was sneaking around behind the back of.
No.
I mean,
but you send a song to somebody that you have deep feelings for.
Oh, I send songs to people basically every single day.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of songs before.
I don't think there's a day that goes by where I don't send. At least I've already sent somebody a song this morning when I was driving, and I heard a song playing it reminds me of so and so, so I sent it on.
That's nice.
So I do that a lot. Yeah, every day I probably send a song.
If you're talking to a girl or you're in a relationship with a girl, you have your song, or you have a song that's like. I remember this song. So I picked you up. This was playing. That's a different shade of emotion to understand lyrics to a song that you both know you like, that you then go out of your way to send. That's more than just a, hey.
Yeah, that's effort to put in a playlist
Correct.
together. Yeah,
so
it's effort. Yeah. No, she was clearly smitten.
This wasn't a one-year thing, is what I'm getting at. This has been... Shoot, this is before Drake May was at North Carolina.
This is before Belichick left New England. I mean,
does that make it better?
No.
It's not as a shock. I mean, it's a shock that it's happening, but now that you think about it, you peel back the layers of the onion, you're like, man.
I would be just, again, pissed if I'm the spouses in all of this, that this has been going on that long. I'd be pissed if I was the Vrabel's wife and you're getting a hoodie from the airport as a gift.
That's nuts.
I mean, seriously.
That is Bush League, buddy.
Is that supposed to say, I'm sorry? Now, you did overspend at the airport. I'll give you that, right?
He's also a simpleton linebacker football player, so what do you really expect?
Let me get a light blue hoodie at the airport for my wife and Salt Lake City. She'll love this, right?
There 20 years.
Yeah, it'll be in the front lawn by 2.
I mean, and the other thing is, too, him trying to still sneak around and, like, you're not going to get busted out doing this kind of stuff. And everybody's got their camera now looking for Mike Vrabel wherever he may be, and showing him yesterday getting that blue hoodie for his wife at the Salt Lake airport was like, that's some weak stuff, bro. You got to do better than that to make up. And I don't know. I've told my wife, we've had this conversation. If it ever happens between us, we're done. And you can't trust that person anymore. It's just
Bob's
one of those things,
for
man.
when it's done.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, you better believe it. I just want to
But these songs have started to change.
But you can't win, and you can't trust somebody, man. Like, I've never been involved in one of those relationships where somebody's cheated on me or that I know of, or that I've cheated on them. Obviously, I haven't done that, but like, I know how I am as a person. You're done. You're out. And Josh will attest to that over the years too. Like, I cut people off very fast. Once you cross me, you're out and you're not getting back in. So I know you want to stay together for the kids and all that kind of stuff. But if I'm Rossini's husband, especially Rossini's husband at this point in time with the kids, I'm taking those kids and I'm bouncing town, man. Like, sorry.
Up next, we get back into sports.
Wow. You hear about this drop yesterday?
Up next, we get back into sports.
Was somebody mad that they were talking about their trip to Pittsburgh or something
100%.
like that? I'm sure they were. Yeah. Because human stuff is bad to talk about,
Yeah,
right?
because we have clones, because we just got one from the
did.
816. Can we talk some real sports?
We
We
are. Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini, it's the biggest story in sports right now. No matter where you look, it is the biggest topic and the biggest conversation piece because it is so juicy. It is like it's a story. Again, this is why when I talk about the offseason being so important, we love gossip. No matter who we are, we love the gossip side of things. And this involves an NFL head coach, a very prominent NFL reporter, and new stories come out every single day. This story is not going anywhere, guys. I mean, I was just looking on X this morning before the show, just in case you missed something overnight. I mean, it is tweet after tweet of sarcasm about this whole thing. It's fantastic.
Is this Jay Binkley?
Oh, God.
Is this Jay Binkley?
That sounds like the kid from the Boom videos.
Was that a child? Was that somebody's kid?
Big Justice.
That's Cody doing the prank call to Binkley, trying to do not his own voice.
Is this Jay Binkley?
Oh, God, that's terrible.
I want to do sports.
Yeah,
Up next, we get back into sports.
that's Alexander.
Yeah, that is
was
Alexander.
Alexander.
I
Yeah.
love that, man.
He's getting frustrated, man.
When he gets to that point,
Up next, we get back into sports.
I mean, he was probably talking about the Primanti brothers sandwich or, just
they were
seeing
talking
things
about-
in Pittsburgh and all that kind of stuff. Like, I wanted to hear about the trip, not going to lie.
Me too.
Rather hear about the trip than somebody you took in the 6th round that nobody knows. Rather hear about, Alex trying to pick up at the bars and Cody getting in the way, blocking Alex. Like, I'd rather hear about that. I don't know about you guys. Show of hands.
or would you
100%.
rather hear about Dove Kleinman say, scary? New Lions star running back Isaiah Pacheco put on an insane amount of muscle this offseason.
sure he did.
And is in the best shape of his life.
I mean, that is moving me. I'll tell you.
Pacheco makes Jahmyr Gibbs look like a middle schooler. The Lions will be a problem next season. Eyeball emoji.
Look out for
That's
the
what
Lions.
that texter wants.
So the Lions are back because they signed a washed-up Pacheco.
Oh.
Is that what we're saying?
Oh yeah, it's
But
it's
he's
back.
in the best shape
yeah.
of his life.
I'm sure he is. So the Lions are back because they signed a washed-up Isaiah Pacheco who hasn't been good in 2 years.
Where did David Montgomery go? Dallas?
Off the top of my head, I want to say Houston, but I don't think that's right.
That sounds right, though.
Watch him be in like Denver.
He might be Houston. Yep.
Yeah,
okay,
so that sounded right.
That was right.
Yeah.
I like
Go with
what
your gut.
Houston's done this. You know what the Houston thing is? They got to worry about their quarterback because they are so good everywhere else.
Are they good on the line yet, though?
That's where they went in the
people
draft.
that know more than me are saying yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
That's why I'm asking because I don't
Can
know
their
anybody's offensive
D-line
line.
play O-line?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly
No, I don't
right.
think you want that because there'd be a lot of penalties on that D-line. They'd be swatting dudes and
For
throwing
sure.
people all over the place. Like, we can't do this on the offensive end. That's what you do on the defensive side. That's holding. That's an illegal move. You can't choke that gentleman. Like, no, that defense would be fun to watch, but I don't think they'd be that good at it.
I was hearing a couple of guys talk about best rosters in AFC, obviously early conversations that
Yeah.
we'll have as time ticks on, but Houston Texans were heavy
Has
in
to
that
be.
discussion as
Has
far as
to
number
be.
one. Yeah.
They're doing everything to set their quarterback up now. I mean, they are, and they've gotten. Long as they have a line to protect that guy, They're doing what they need to set their quarterback up. He doesn't have to go out there and score a ton of points, too. I mean, that's beautiful.
A lot of people forget to get Tank Dell back.
Tank Dell's going to come back. That's his favorite guy.
Yeah, that's his guy.
Yes.
Yeah, Houston may be one of those sleeper teams this year that continues to win 11 games and, loses in the divisional round.
Quarterback's got to wake up, man. Because he's going to be on a short leash.
What if they make the divisional round again and lose to the Chiefs at Arrowhead, though? I mean, is that a bad season?
If he plays well.
Okay, we're talking about how he plays.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
If he plays well, then that's fine.
Because, I think there's every quarterback in the league would say you could have one defense to represent you. Like,
no, it's
they
Houston.
would all
No,
go to
no
Houston.
question.
Yes,
Yeah.
that or Seattle.
Yeah. No, I'm
But
going
Seattle
Houston
lost
still.
a lot of pieces.
Houston
did.
just scares the blank out of me,
Yes.
man. Like, Will Anderson, and then they gave both of them money.
When was the last time you were scared by a defense? Probably the Ravens at some point, right? I mean, that's
Ravens, Bucks.
The Bucks never scared me like I think Houston does. And to be honest with you, you want to know why? It's the dark uniforms. The Ravens uniforms, the Texans uniforms, they're dark uniforms. That's scarier than the Bucks uniforms. And that's weird, I know, to say, but that's how I kind of view it. Like the Ravens with that purple and black and the Texans with that dark blue. I'm like, that's a scary looking bunch.
Here come the Dolphins.
Yeah, right.
I guess the Bucks defense that scared me was the one that was the Super Bowl defense. They had
sure.
a Pro Bowl,
Great
they had a Pro
defense.
Bowler at every elite position.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they had Barber at corner, Lynch at safety, Derek Brooks at linebacker, Simeon Rice at edge, and Warren Sapp at D-tackle.
I know, it's crazy. It's like it was a bizarre defense. But again, the uniforms, I look at them, I'm like, not intimidating. Not intimidating. Chiefs uniforms aren't intimidating either.
Nope.
The Raiders have intimidating uniforms. They just don't have intimidating players.
Yeah, the Chiefs went, we have red tops. You know what we're going to do? Watch this. Red pants.
That's right.
Red helmet. White socks.
We'll have a Raiders insider on tomorrow, but I will say I'm excited to hear what he says. I think they're going to be fun. They're going to be really good in 2 seasons.
They're going to be decent enough if they allow Kirk Cousins to play and not Fernando Mendoza for an entire year. If they can stick to their guns, if they can stick to that, they will be a much better operation a year from now. They won't.
They won't. You're right. Stick to it. Doesn't matter if you're
they won't.
3-10. Just
Who
stick
cares?
to it.
Yeah.
Just stick it out.
Right.
Up next, we get back into sports.
That's right. Tell him, Alex. Former quarterback had this to say about the future quarterback situation that stole a headline of the 2026 draft. We'll talk about it next on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Golden Oak Lending want to make your life a lot easier, guys. I'm going to tell you, and they're going to make your life a lot easier. Stop worrying about the financial side of things and let Golden Oak Lending handle it for you. And when you do refinance with Golden Oak Lending, you'll go 2 months without having to make a mortgage payment. Think about that financial freedom for a second. Just take 2 months of whatever it is that you're paying in your mortgage now and not paying that for the next 2 months. That is financial relief that nobody can put a number on. And with Golden Oak Lending, the average cash out customer saves over $1,100 per month when they refinance with Golden Oak Lending. So to get that refinancing taken care of, you've got to take that free mortgage checkup. It is risk-free. There's no paperwork. There's no credit card required. It's just a simple phone call where you tell Golden Oak Lending all about your financial life and where you want to go. And then they'll get to work to look for a plan that's better than the one you have to see if they've got a mortgage out there that can save you money every single month. So get on the phone with them now. 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD. And let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Catered country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks by protecting your truck. 'Cause 30 told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. I'll always trust in Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Hi, I'm Jacob, your friend and an actual jeweler at Chain Company. I'm proud to work for a family business that's been committed to the highest quality standards for nearly 100 years. Your dream engagement ring is designed for quality every step of the way. We set your diamond by hand, never with machines. Prong tips are beautiful and secure, and intricate details are thoughtfully crafted. At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship, because a friend knows true love deserves the highest quality. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
The first leg in horse racing's Triple Crown is this Saturday. So whether you're watching from the track or the comfort of your own home on the couch, You can bet the Kentucky Derby on the same place you bet all your other favorite sports. You can bet it on FanDuel, and right now, all customers get a Derby bet reset. So that means you'll get a racing bonus back if your bet doesn't win. This app is super easy to use, and you don't have to be a horse racing expert to get in on the Derby Day action. So make sure to bet the fastest 2 minutes in sports on FanDuel and make it much, much more exciting with your Derby bet reset. Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks are registered trademarks of Churchill Downs Incorporated. FanDuel is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Verified FD racing account required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires 9 days after receipt. Max refund $10 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like customer service associate at a dry cleaning shop.
Yeah, hi. I'm here to pick up my suit.
Ah, yes. Here you go.
There must be a mistake. This is too small.
It shrunk a whole lot. Look on the bright side. Now you have a suit you can give to a child.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
You love your land. During Kubota Orange Days, you'll love all the great deals. With versatile compact tractors, professional-grade mowers, and durable utility vehicles, Kubota equipment can help you turn dream projects into reality. Kubota Orange Days is here, and so are the best deals of the year. Now through June 30th, get select compact tractors with 0% financing available or save up to $5,500. Sale ends soon. Go to KubotaOrangeDays.com or stop by your local dealer for more information.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Kansas side 70 eastbound past 78th Street with an accident blocking the left lane. Things are briefly heavy in the area. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Their sump pump special is going on now. $200 off a main pump, $400 off a battery backup system. Call Connolly at 913-768-7676 or visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Maybe we can get into it a little bit later. The renaissance of baseball is not slowing down.
Hello, America.
The Petrova line of the young versus the old is starting to kind of get a little bit more even. Saw J.J. Weatherholtz last night for the Cardinals. I mean, the Pittsburgh Pirates had, a no-hitter, a perfect game, like bullpen spread out all night. And then their young superstar, Travis Bazzana, for the Cleveland Guardians.
Cleveland, yep, he's coming
up.
up.
And then you got Murakami, who leads the entire league in home runs.
Is Murakami considered young, though, because of the experience that he had in Japan? New player, but not young per se. But he's your rookie of the year in the American League.
But he's a prospect for the White Sox.
Yeah, absolutely. How old is he?
Probably 25, I would guess. He could be older. But then you have Connor Griffin, and kind of the leader of all this is like Bobby.
Yeah.
Like he's like that second wave. It was like Tatis and all those guys, and then Bobby Witt Jr., and then you've seen like Skeens, Weatherholtz, Bazana. You're seeing
26 more
26,
coming.
yeah. So
yeah, Bazana coming up is big for Cleveland too.
Huge.
You know, I mean, every day you turn around, dude, and it's like another young guy is coming up to the big league roster for somebody. I think it's great. I was reading something this morning. You mentioned the Cardinals and the way that Weatherholt's playing right now. You know, I saw something out of St. Louis calling them the baby birds right now. And they seemingly are excited about, you know, the way that they're playing ball right now. They're a couple of games above 500 right now. That whole division in the National League Central is above 500 right now. Everybody's playing really good baseball. It makes you still to this day, Dusty, regret that move in 1999, not going to the National League, and could have been involved in all of this kind of stuff. Instead, we've got the dead sticks of the Tigers, the Indians, and the Twins in the division. I mean, it really is, when you think about it, the American League Central, a dead stick division. And we could have been in that division with Milwaukee. Well, not Milwaukee because they would have stayed, but the Cardinals, Pittsburgh, the Cubs. How much fun would that have been every summer, man?
Having excuse to Wrigley. But speaking of young and up-and-coming talent, we all know that one of the main – you think the main storyline Thursday night was Ty Simpson going 13 overall?
Yeah,
yes, I think so.
Right.
Well, quarterbacks, very few and far between. Yeah. And quite honestly, if you look at the television numbers, the ratings were down for the first round by about 3%. Not a lot of storylines.
Yeah,
not a lot of great players.
Well, there was no question really with the first overall pick, let alone it would look like eventually there was no question for the second overall pick. The Jets did exactly what the Jets were supposed to do. But I thought it was interesting because I was watching Colin's show yesterday, Colin Cowherd, and Matt Hasselbeck, for those of you that don't watch this, Mondays about 12 o'clock, 12:20, he joins the herd. You should check it out. He's unbiased. He's very, very good at what he does when he's giving like the analysis of the game. And he gave me a reason why I think people in the Rams organization might be uncomfortable with the Ty Simpson pick. This was his explanation.
Yeah. But if you're Matthew Stafford, like you saw the demeanor with Sean McVay. Like he knows this isn't what Stafford's hoping for. Like it's great for the Rams. It's good to probably keep McVay for 10 more years. But like, man, if I'm Matthew Stafford, not that I'm upset that you drafted someone at my position. I'm upset that you didn't draft somebody at a position like tackle or like something else that could help me. You know, it reminded me a little bit of like how Steve Young probably felt when the 49ers drafted Jim Druckenmiller. You know, like he wasn't nervous about Jim Druckenmiller, but like, hey man, how about a corner? How about a guard? How about a tackle? You know, how about some help so that I can go hoist to Lombardi and not have to watch the Seattle Seahawks hoist to Lombardi? Like that to me was the shocker of the draft. No animosity. I get the whole thing, but like, that to me like perked my ears up, and I was like, wait a second, this is interesting.
So Mac did research. Druckenmiller, a quarterback in the first round, you said, taken in 96?
49ers. 96, yeah. The 49ers. Who would they have? Jeff Garcia or Steve Young?
Steve Young
said there.
Yeah. So like
Jim Druckenmiller was a terrible pick. I mean, that's a bad comp. Like he was never good. He never should have been drafted where he was.
But he's not comparing the players, he's comparing the situation, which I think is eye-opening to me because I agree with that. Because we see some of the similarities in Kansas City where it showed us this offseason that they did give Patrick Mahomes reinforcements and they did work around him, like they gave him something. Because I think what we notice as I'll blend this in together the best I can, they went and got Ken Walker, brought back Eric Bieniemy, changed the wide receiver coach, and they're going to be a more run-inspired offense than they are going to be the RPO-inspired offense. I think they know that is dog water. That's thrown up in the garbage can, burn it. We have to move on from that, which is a great thing to see. Yes, they did not go get the wide receiver or maybe the offensive player that you wanted to see. Again, Mahomes is 31. Matthew Stafford, who's 37, and the Rams, who are millimeters close to actually having a chance to be an NFC representative almost every single year, went out and got two corners in the offseason that we all know very well here in Kansas City. And then the first round in the pick, they have a 13th overall pick where they could have gotten a playmaker, could have gotten somebody to really kind of give them a little bit of an edge, whether that was addition to the offensive line, whether it was an addition to the defensive line, whether it was a wide receiver weapon. And they went with a backup quarterback. And I see why he means where like Stafford's like, oh, okay, so I guess we're good here. Like we got what we need. Nothing against Ty Simpson, but more so like we could have given ourselves that much more an advantage, and it would have been a super cheap option.
Yeah, and also, too, you mentioned a good point, bringing the corners in the offseason. Like, sometimes we forget what happened in March because the draft is here today, and soon we'll forget what happened in the draft when, like, the Cam Jordans of the world start the sign and we're all caught up in that. We'll forget about the draft. And like, oh, yeah, the Rams actually made some good improvements this offseason. I was thinking about those comments yesterday, and I'm like, all right, I was actually going, before I read those comments, was going to give our bonehead this week to all of us for kind of poo-pooing this pick of Ty Simpson, because I actually understand where that pick is coming from right now and what they decided to do with that pick. And
yeah, I never poo-pooed.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the collective us, because everybody was like, oh, my God. And then you see yesterday, whether it's the truth or not, who knows, these people lie all the time right to your face. But you had Sean McVay coming out and being, oh, yeah, we kept this a secret from everybody and kept it on the down low, and we didn't want anybody to know, and they had the kid playing along with it. But it makes a lot of sense to me for a couple of reasons. You just don't know when Matthew Stafford's going to walk out that door, right? And if you're the Rams, you've got to prepare for when he's ready to walk out that door. But also you have to take a look at where you are, right? Where you are right now. You're not going to be picking Arch Manning. You're not going to get a top quarterback. You're probably not going to be picking as high as 13 ever again in the Sean McVay era, like we're saying about Andy Reid and whatnot here in Kansas City. No more picking, in that top 10. So they had an opportunity with a top 15 pick to go get a quarterback who they're never going to have an opportunity to pick again. It's very much like what they did with Penix. Now, that hasn't worked out, obviously, the way that everybody wanted it to so far down in Atlanta. But they went a year early because they know very soon they're going to need a quarterback. And they know that they're going to be really good and not have an opportunity to get one of those good quarterbacks next year. And if they really like this kid, and what they're saying is true, that they've been meeting with him in private, they really like who this kid is, then that pick makes perfect sense, because it really is. It's an embarrassment of riches. We all want to be the Los Angeles Rams, just like everybody wanted to be the Chiefs. They've got so much excess right now. It's Mission Hill's problems, right? They have the opportunity to be so good that they can just go ahead and say, you know what we're going to do? We're going to draft a quarterback here at 13. Even we don't need one, just like the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes. They didn't need a quarterback at that point in time, but they realized they were going to need a quarterback, and that guy was going to be better than anybody they could get the following year, and they believe that he was going to set this organization up. And so if that's the conviction they have for Ty Simpson, makes a lot of sense why you do that move and make that pick at number 13.
I'll address one more red flag that I think maybe makes sense to take Ty Simpson. If he was the second best, or maybe as some people would say, the best quarterback available in the draft, even over Mendoza, what total belief do you think is in the mindset of ownership and head coach himself, who's his best friend, that believes Matthew Stafford can sustain another full year of not getting injured? Mm-hmm. I know that we got smokescreened by it last year in the training camp saga, where it was like, man, Matthew Stafford's back. I don't know if it'll hold up MVP numbers, right? Lost to Drake May by what, 1 vote? Wasn't it 1 vote that he lost by?
Yeah, it was. So. Yeah, it was. Diana, maybe. I mean, seriously.
So, and he had that MVP season.
I mean, she voted for Drake May.
And I wonder about that, because I wonder if, like, that was the last best we'll ever see of Matthew Stafford last year. And I don't think that's like a hot take or like a bad sort of like way to look at it, but he was so good last year.
And he's so old now.
Yeah,
and again, that's not a shot, but that's old in the NFL, you know?
And I wonder if like maybe there's some of that into the knowledge behind the pick of like, well, if we can get this kid like tenured and kind of polished under McVay's system, because you've seen what McVay's done on a whim with somebody that just walks in the door named Baker Mayfield and preps them up and they win one game, and then Baker's like, I think I have it figured out. Like, so I don't know if that's in there as well. And you guys, I don't know if you see that as like the injury is something that maybe that scares you.
No, I just think you see the end, and you have a guy that you feel could be the future of your team. You go up and get him. I mean, again, it's every year that the Chiefs have done this, where they draft a year ahead. We all go, oh my gosh, why are they doing that? And then obviously it pays off and works. And so I think that's what the Rams are doing. I think they're trying to bring in their guy now to have at least a year, potentially two. It could be an Aaron Rodgers situation in Green Bay. I think they just want a seamless transition to their next quarterback. Like, they don't want to stop down because their franchise quarterback retired. They want to continue to move in that forward direction, and they believe by having their quarterback ready to go, they can do that, just like the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes. Didn't miss a beat, got better. Maybe you get better with Ty Simpson. I don't know that, but that's kind of what I think their thinking is right now. And it really is, to back to this Jim Druckenmiller comp, this is what the 49ers did for all those years under Bill Walsh. If you watch the Joe Montana documentary, Joe Montana, they were trying to replace him, and after 2 years, they were always trying to replace their quarterbacks in San Francisco. No matter who it was, they were all, and they did. They replaced Joe Montana with Steve Young. They replaced Steve DeBerg with Joe Montana. None of those guys were washed. None of those guys were ready to move on, but the organizations were ready to move on. That's what the 49ers did, that everybody and their brother now follows the San Francisco offense from the 80s. They constantly moved on from their quarterbacks. And so when you hear like, oh, yeah, they were going to move on from Steve Young, yeah, they moved on from Joe Montana. They moved on from Steve DeBerg. 3 years, we're done with you, on to the next. Like, that's how the San Francisco 49ers operated. And then Joe Montana kept winning, and they couldn't move on. But the second they had the opportunity to move on from Joe Montana in the middle of that winning, they moved on from him. So I think that's what the Rams are looking at, and I don't hate this move. The more I think about it, the more it makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. Isn't Sean McVay in media conversations every other year? It's not like this guy's going to be here in 3 or 4 seasons. I'm not counting on him. If I'm Les Snead, I'm trying to build this team. And by the way, I already did that. We needed secondary. I went out and got 2 great corners and a good safety. Like, I've done what we needed to do. Now I need to think about the future. And Matthew Stafford, hopefully here all the season next year. Some are talking about maybe 2 years from now, and then that's it. Like, you are most getting 2 years, and by that point, a raw young Ty Simpson will have 2 years to maturate under Matthew Stafford in this offense. And I'll also say, Sean McVay, do you like coaching? Or do you just like play calling and going back and forth with quarterbacks? Because you didn't like Jared Goff at all. We all know that. You got rid of him. You got a Hall of Famer in Matthew Stafford, and obviously you guys have succeeded. But do you not like teaching? I know you're a good leader. I know you know how to call plays. You got a great offensive system. But do you just not want to coach raw talent? Because that's what it sounds like to me.
I think you guys need to have a conversation.
You just don't want to coach a young quarterback. That's what it sounds like.
Or maybe
Jared Goff got way better when he went to Detroit and Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Way better.
He was.
Way better.
But he didn't win a Super Bowl. And Matthew Stafford, you could say, probably got better when they came here.
2 different conversations. Matthew Stafford's a better quarterback. It was a good team decision for the LA Rams. Sean McVay, though, now at this point, that's done. We need a new quarterback. Are you ready to coach this guy up?
Or maybe he just didn't get along with Jared Goff, too. I mean, that always happens. Not everybody gets along with everybody. I mean, there are people every single day you come in contact with. You're like, this guy isn't right. I don't want this guy here. Or we need to move on from this guy. Maybe he's not pulling in the right direction. He wanted his own guy. I don't blame him for moving on, from Jared Goff. And it's hard to tell whether or not he is a teacher because he's had established quarterbacks. So I don't know what the answer to that question is. I don't know whether or not he can be a teacher. I don't know whether or not he can, coach these guys up. Or maybe he was just playing a great poker face because it's made for a wonderful story, too. I mean, it really has. That's another scandal. Ooh, the GM and the coach don't get along. And then you find out they were sneaking behind the scenes. All of these sneaking behind the scenes stories are really good, too. That's the other. They get a lot of those coming out of this draft. And the reason you're getting a lot of those coming out of this draft is because we all know the talent wasn't real good and nobody wanted to lend on to who they might be thinking about taking in this draft.
We all agree McVay's probably super intelligent. Like probably
smart
photographic memory,
type of guy, right?
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
smart. Yeah.
I could also see him being the type of guy that gets frustrated when you don't understand what he's trying to say.
Yep.
And I think Stafford's probably one of those guys, big head on Stafford, so the brain in there's probably pretty large. And I would say that if you don't get it, he gets frustrated. It's like, why are you not figuring this out? It's like I'm not understanding what you're trying to say. If you can dummy it down for me, then I can. And I think that he expects, and maybe that's what happened to Goff, because Goff's had a great career since he left LA. I mean, he was Ken in the Barbie movie. He was in Project Hail Mary, and he's a starting quarterback for the Lions. So he's doing just fine.
Seems like a great guy, too. So if he didn't get along with Goff, that's on you.
Well, we don't know if they didn't get along. Maybe he just wanted to change, too. All of this is just made up what we're talking about. I don't know if he can coach a young quarterback because he's never done it before.
Yeah.
And if you never have to groom a young quarterback, God love you, you're probably better for it,
You want to know why the baseball card industry is so great? So there's a 2023 Topps All Aces card. So it looks like an ace of diamonds, right? Shohei Ohtani's on it's red. There's only 10 of them. Somebody bought this card back in 2023 for $901. It just sold yesterday for $20,400.
It's a big increase.
2,165% increase in 3 years. I thought Kramer's comment on this tweet yesterday was quite hilarious. It said, looks like a bunch of used goods.
Yeah.
So we get out of the draft, and all of a sudden the free agency starts to happen, and you can see that there are leftover players. Kramer's tweet was fantastic. So the quarterbacks left available. And I asked you guys to maybe pick, some names off this list, a need and a want, if you could use that for the Kansas City Chiefs in their roster. And the offensive names on this list, obviously the quarterbacks we can skip. We don't need that. Running back, I don't know if you want to go into those. I don't think we need any running backs. Running back room seems pretty loaded at this point. But we go to wide receivers and tight ends. Wide receivers on this list, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Juwan Jennings, Keenan Allen, Brandon Cooks. Kind of getting what Kramer's saying, right? Tight ends, David Njoku, Jonnu Smith, Darren Waller, Taysom Hill.
Let me pause you for a second. Didn't David Njoku announce he was departing Cleveland and wanted out earlier in the offseason, right? Didn't he write a letter? Wasn't he a letter writer?
Was that? Oh, really? Okay, gotcha.
That's why I'm asking. Wasn't he the big tight end that left Cleveland that I'm going to go on my own? I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to do it on my own.
Yes.
Why is he still available? If he was that good, at least his letter stated that he was that good, and people have talked about this guy. Nobody's touched this guy. This is the first mention of his name that I've heard since he penned his letter out of Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're waiting for, I don't know, I have no idea. I just know that he's available, and that would be my want.
Probably, yeah, it was the first or second deepest position in the draft would be my next take.
Yeah.
Tight end, really deep in the draft, in a thin draft.
Maybe he wants a lot of money, and they're looking at tight end money around the league, and they're saying, well, you're not getting that. He's like, all right, well, somebody will give it to me. The more we wait this out, the more better of a chance I have to get the contract. But I would love to have him on this roster because they didn't really address tight end in the draft, did they? And we can speculate all we want. I'm gonna assume that this is it for Travis. I don't know. We thought last year was, but we'll see. Wouldn't that be a great guy to have inside 10 yards? A Njoku type receiver, big bodied, pretty quick on his feet, good hands for the most part, tough. Hell, the guy's been burned by fire before, right? Didn't he almost burn half his face off?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the type of guy that's a good red zone area. Now the need, I think. Now the want is, the greedy part. The need, to me, is Jennings. What a guy to have on the outside with the others. Do I trust that Worthy and Rice will be there all year? No, they haven't done that yet in their career. Do I think that Tyquan Thornton's a great piece? Absolutely. Can they continue to use him how they used him all year? Would love that. But I think the want is like a big body tight end to go with Travis in the red zone. And I think the need is another pretty good wide receiver on the outside. I think Juwan Jennings is one of those guys you need. I got nothing to do with Tyreek Hill.
No, I got nothing to do with him either. He stinks. I want nothing to do with Tyreek Hill. You just don't need him around this organization. He's too much of a distraction, and he's not a great influence on a wide receiver room that needs a good influence in there right now. Who that guy is, I don't have an answer for that question.
What if the health wasn't a question with Tyreek Hill?
No, I'm done. I'm not going back. This is how Andy lost in Philadelphia. This is how it all came crumbling apart, man. You signed guys past their primes that had names. I can't. I just can't. I've got to be convicted on that and stick to my guns and say no. Absolutely not. That part of your tenure, your career, that part of this, that is over. We need to move on from that and be able to grow as an organization. It's also the age that we're talking about as well. We're bringing in, we don't need more old people playing for this team. We need to move forward with young guys. And quite honestly, if you want the running game to be a factor, leave Tyreek Hill to go to the Chargers or some other team. For that matter. For me, I looked at this list. I told you guys I had a tough time with it because I'm not sure what the number one need still is with this team. And then I'm kind of like Kramer. This is a junk collection. This is like my mother goes and does estate sales, and she's finding like this spoon
Those
and an
are
old
fun.
Playboy. And it's just junk. You're selling somebody else's junk. And most of this is junk. I'd go with Cam Jordan, obviously. That would be the only one, both offensively and defensively, I would really look at signing at this point in time because the rest of it, if you're not signed by now, I'm starting to think, why? Why aren't you signed right now? There's a lot of teams out there that pass on a lot of guys. And so we may see some of these dudes sign as we need numbers and training camp heats up. But, yeah, I'm with Kramer on this one. Garbage.
Yeah, a lot of used goods here for sure. There's some interesting names, though. I'll start with my want, and that would be Keenan Allen. I've always wanted Keenan Allen. I think Jay Binkley has told us about 17 times throughout this last year, 17,000 times, that he wanted Keenan Allen in this roster last season for the same reasons that you brought up wanting Juwan Jennings, right? Like, are these guys going to be healthy? How deep is this receiving room? I would want either one of those guys, Juwan Jennings or Keenan Allen. I think could provide something pretty much immediately.
Sure.
And then how about a need? I know you didn't want old guys back. How about a need for Snead? Getting Snead back would be good. I
Do
don't
we
know.
need him now?
Yeah, because if you look at these starting corners, you got Mansour, Delane, and you got Noah Williams. Past that, what do you have? You don't know. I don't talk
Murray
about Christian Fulton, Christian Rowland Wallace. We don't know about him. They don't really love him anymore. Yeah, exactly. Like it's thin. We love the starters. I'm really excited about the other guy they drafted in Jadon Kennedy as far as a nickel corner.
Yep.
We don't like the safeties when they play in man coverage. Chamari Connor allowed over 70% completion last year when he was in man coverage. So we don't like him as a corner. So, yeah, I would say L'Jarius Sneed. He's been hurt a lot, but if he can get him back here with, what's his name, athletic trainer, and get him back and healthy and get him going. Rick Burkholder.
Has he played since he was traded to Tennessee? And I'm being serious about that because didn't he get traded and get, hurt right away? I mean, he did not have much of a career down there with the Tennessee Titans.
Played in 7 games this year. Played 5 games in 24.
Yeah. So he hasn't even played a full season in 2 years since he left Kansas City. Yeah, that one kind of concerns me a little bit, though, because of that injury stuff. Not very durable at this point in time.
No, that's fair. Part of it, I think, also is at the end of this, all right, we're definitely not going to have you back this year. Our team sucks. We're just going to sit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he may be sat for the rest of his career. I mean, that's the harsh reality of it. Like, you see a name, you're like, why isn't that guy playing anymore? Well, his knee gave out and he can't, It's like, oh, that stinks.
That is the free agency pool. We'll get back to that maybe a little bit later on, the defensive side, because Cam Jordan is kind of a sexy name. It is a Tuesday, so it's tough Tuesday time on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Fescoe and Dusty.
Every Hardee's is closed. Well, that dog.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control have done an amazing job on our lawn, and they're going to do an amazing job on your lawn as well. You just got to call and have them out and say, hey, come make my lawn look awesome, just like you did with the Fescoes, because if you can make their yard look perfect, you can do anything to anybody else's yard as well, because our yard was an absolute mess when we called Aspen Lawn and Pest Control a year ago. We tried for over a decade to figure this thing out and just couldn't get it done. And then Aspen Lawn and Pest Control came out and they took over. And here's what they did. No dandelions, no weeds, no crabgrass. It's just a beautiful, lush lawn, and it took them basically minutes to do it because they have college-educated professionals that understand the climate, the seeds, and everything that makes grass grow right here in Kansas City. Plus, it's getting to be that time of the year where you're wanting to be outside. You need the mosquito dome. Keep those mosquitoes out of your yard. Keep the fleas and ticks away from all of your pets by getting that mosquito dome from the folks over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. Right now, they're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens.
Hey, it's Rob Burton from The Drive on.
I love doing golf things. I love talking golf, playing golf, and I love having Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka on the golf course, and you can do it too this season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. So this spring, look out for the brand new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry iced tea and lemonade, and oh yeah, blackberry iced tea and lemonade, because there's no bubbles, no troubles. Cheers to hitting the fairways, and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Whether you're looking for a Bronco, an Explorer, an F-150, or even a commercial vehicle, Robside Ford has the selection.
That's right, Kevin. We've got it all. And we've got the lowest prices in Kansas City. No gimmicks, just great deals on every new Ford.
And it's not just inventory, it's how you do business. Robside Ford makes it very simple.
We do it different on purpose. Non-commissioned sales team, upfront transparent pricing, top dollar trade-in values, and a process that's actually easy.
You've even got the reputation to back it up, Bobby. Kansas City's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google. 4.8 stars, 3,000 reviews. Wow.
And this year, we're proud to be voted Best Car Dealership in KC by Kansas City Magazine.
So if you're ready for a better car buying experience,
come see us at 135th and State Line or check us out at robsight.com.
From Broncos to F-150s to work trucks, Robside Ford has what you need.
If you want simple and easy, you're not going to find a better spot.
Robside Ford. Buy right. Drive happy.
Everything you knew about reaching customers online is being rewritten. Time to rethink your approach. Outcomes from Viant finds real customers, not impressions, not clicks, customers. Our AI maximizes every dollar of your budget against the outcomes that matter most and proves it happened. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
Some days, self-care starts with Nature-Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm gonna have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Hey, it's Rob Britton from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, and we're excited to announce the launch of Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the World Cup with our friends over at 98.1 KMBZ.
And Rob, I'm Scott Parks from Dana and Parks on KMBZ. Beyond the Pitch KC will feature the biggest names who made the World Cup in Kansas City possible, plus the biggest storylines heading into this summer's tournament. This is not a podcast about soccer. Don't get us wrong. This is a podcast about Kansas City. This is a podcast for Kansas City. And this is a podcast that'll tell the story of how our town is hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes will be released every Wednesday starting on March 4th, as well as video clips that can be seen on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ's social channels.
Subscribe and download to Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series with myself, Rob Britton, on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
You've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Kansas side 70 eastbound, very heavy. You hit delays at 110th. Stay slow to 435. You should exit there because what is ahead of you is worse. Bogs down before 86th Street and just crawls over past 78th, where they've just got the shoulder getting by. Westbound lanes are also very slow. Approaching College Parkway at Bogs down. It stays very heavy to 78th. That side has 3 left lanes blocked. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan traffic.
Tough Tuesday time here on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Morey as well. 96.5 The Fan. Good morning to you all on your Tuesday.
Is this from the Rossini playlist?
Tough Tuesday could go to the Detroit Pistons. Boy, they're the #1 seed. They played hard all year long, and the Magic just kind of lollygagged, and now they're just absolutely kicking their ass.
Yep. Bust your ass in the regular season to lose in the first round of the playoffs. That's ass. That sucks. It does.
It shows you how different the two seasons are, because the Magic were really good last year. This year, it was kind of like, what's going on with Orlando? Aren't they supposed to be? And their uniforms they use are like the 90s throwbacks, like the court last night. The game was great.
Great game.
Both teams scored under 100 points, so the old school hardos that love defense.
It was physical. They don't play defense in the NBA. There are no old school hardos. The only old school hardos are the ones that bitch about no defense in the NBA.
It is interesting, though, to see how Detroit's the 1 seed and they're playing the Magic, and you're like, how is this possible? And you're like, well, because they just kind of furloughed their way through the regular season, then the playoffs start. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, the regular season played good enough to get into the playoffs. That's all that matters. And then turn it on once the postseason gets here. If you can do that, people will argue that it's very hard to turn it on once the postseason arrives. But also, too, if you've spent everything in the regular season and then you have nothing left in the tank, for the postseason, that's all that matters. Nobody cares what you did in the regular season. Did you win a championship? No. Okay, go back to the drawing board.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Oh, great. You got a 1 seed in the regular season out of the East. What'd that get you? A loss to the Orlando Magic? And they still have a team,
And fantasy football gets you your money back. This isn't fantasy football. This is reality of football. My Tough Tuesday goes to the Arizona Cardinals franchise. What in the world are we doing there? Your quarterback room is Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Cashew, and Sid the Sloth. That's your quarterback room.
That's Pavia right there, right?
That's Carson Beck.
Carson Beck.
Oh, Carson Beck.
Pavia is asking if you want fries with that.
No, he actually took an invite to the Ravens. I'm sorry about that.
Yes,
but then I saw a story that said a lot of people are interested in him. Are they?
No.
I saw someone say it's rude of the Ravens to invite him to their mini camp and not their regular sized camp.
That's funny. That's really good. Yeah, that is great. Yeah. But, I mean, Dan Patrick actually had a great take on him yesterday. He was calling him Pavia. Is it Pavia or is it Pavia? I'd never heard Pavia until I listened to Dan Patrick yesterday. And he's like, look, man, teams don't want their backup quarterbacks to have baggage. And this guy, say what you want, has baggage. He was the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy. He's going to be a storyline. His mom is a storyline. SEC, that type of guy. That's going to be a storyline. I can understand why folks don't want that as their backup quarterback. He said you don't want your backup quarterback to be a distraction. And he mentioned like Tim Tebow and Colin Kaepernick and, all of these backup quarterbacks over the years that were distractions to their team because everybody wanted to talk to them. So I understand why teams didn't bring that guy in.
So the Arizona Cardinals on a Tough Tuesday, your quarterback room is Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Minshew, and Carson Beck. You took a running back with the 3rd overall pick where his slotted cash was $50 million. What offensive line do you have? You might possibly have a bust at wide receiver for what he was supposed to be.
He's a bust.
Okay. Mac Morey said it, I didn't, but I feel the same sort of vibe.
He also had no quarterback for the last 2 years and coach. It's going to be interesting. Who's their coach in Arizona now? Love guy?
No, he's the brother of LaFleur.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking it was Jordan Love's brother. Yeah.
You have no offensive line. You have no true quarterback. You take a running back with a 3rd overall pick. Your defense isn't really that good either. You have a really good safety. I'll give you that. And you're going to run the ball? No. You're going to be down most games, so you can't run. You're not going to be able to run when you're not down because you don't have an offensive line. And you're going to trot Jacoby Brissett out there. And it sounds like you're tanking worse than the Fish, the Miami Dolphins. Like, we know the Dolphins are going to do this. Arizona, good Hoden's Raven. You are a horrible team, and you are having a tough Tuesday.
BBL Stinky. I got 2 tough Tuesdays.
Diego Pavia?
Well, him too, yeah. That poor guy. Sorry, you're a Heisman runner-up. That's why Heisman Trophy irrelevant when it comes to professional football. Doesn't matter. Yep. Tough Tuesday today, and you guys can fill in the blank however you want to look at this one. Mike Brown. Because no matter what happens today, that guy's screwed.
Awesome.
Right?
They're
going into the pivotal game 5, tied at 2. They
Line's
win.
open at 7 tonight?
No, I got soccer tonight.
Okay.
Got kid stuff going on. But when I get home, probably the second half when it actually
Maybe
matters.
a phone check or two while you're there?
Probably not,
Okay.
no. I tend to be in the moment when I'm there watching, them, put the phone away, make sure you're present in the moment. Yeah, I don't care enough, honestly, either. But, when I get home, probably, if it's on, I'll flip it on. But, no matter what this guy does, no matter what he, unless it's a championship, and even with a championship, he may get fired. It's a tough Tuesday for Mike Brown. The other tough Tuesday, and I saw this morning. This is wild to me. Since 2012, only 3 Power 4 schools have failed to get a top 50 overall pick.
Say it one more time?
Since the 2012 NFL draft, only 3 Power 4 schools have failed to get a top 50 overall pick. Mm-hmm. Do you know what schools those are?
North Carolina.
No.
That's what I would have guessed, too.
Well, they had a quarterback 2 years ago taken.
Yeah. You're right. In the last 5. Yep, you're right. I don't know. What are they?
Kansas, which is not surprising.
Yeah.
Virginia, not really surprising.
No.
At all.
This is one that's going to make you pass out. Nebraska.
Oh.
That was a powerhouse. And in the last 14 years, they've not had somebody taken in the top 50. That is Nebraska wake-up call in a nutshell right there. Why has Nebraska been bad? They've not had a top 50 guy drafted since 2011.
Wow.
At least.
Yeah, I was going to say, yep, Ndamukong Suh is
he their last?
He was 2010.
That's it.
He was 2010.
So was he 2 overall?
Yeah.
They have not had a top 50 draft pick basically since I started back here.
Wow. That's sad,
Who's the other
man.
Is that all the teams?
So, yeah, Kansas, Virginia, Nebraska.
That's it.
I thought you said 4.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah, the Power 4 schools.
Power 4 schools. Yeah.
I mean, that
That's
doesn't surprise
crazy.
you to Kansas and Virginia.
No, that doesn't surprise. But first of all, it only surprised there's only 3 on that list, right? You'd think everybody would have stumbled into a top 50, but Nebraska?
How much money they spend?
When did they move to the Big Ten?
2012.
There you go.
Right about there. Yeah, no, it was 2011, 2012 was yeah.
There's your answer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They can't compete. And then you look at what's happened in the Big Ten.
You go to Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, or Nebraska?
I mean,
2011.
It's 2011.
2011.
That's why.
2011.
There's your answer.
Yeah.
They were in the Big 12. Ndamukong Suh was in the Big 12.
Yep.
Destroyed Missouri in a game like an absolute man.
Since 2017 to present day, Nebraska is third worst in the Big Ten in just drafted players. They've only had 14 players drafted in the last decade.
Wow.
Ohio State, 84. Michigan, 76.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
They're winning national championships.
You get NFL caliber talent.
Yep.
And Nebraska hasn't gotten NFL caliber talent in a generation now.
You were a small fish in a very tiny pond, and then you went to the ocean.
Right.
Real quick for me, I'll just go stick with the NBA as well. I'll go T-Wolves. It's going to go 7. They were up 3-1 last night. The Nuggets win. Jokic, Dusty, as you said, like he's going to have one of those games. Finally did. Rough 4 games against Rudy Gobert. Found it last night. Triple-double. They get the win. And now it's going back to Minnesota for Game 6. I think they win that, and all of a sudden you're back in Denver in a game shootout. Yeah, I think it sucks. You lose Dante DiVincenzo. You lose your best player in Anthony Edwards, both your point guards, both your ball handlers.
Anthony Edwards just can't win the big one.
It's going to happen this summer.
No, it's not. They're going to say he can't win the big one, or is he going to get traded?
Yeah, no.
He got hurt. Did you see the nasty knee that he blew out? That was gross.
Yes.
Can't blame that poor guy.
2 WCF appearances before that.
Jokic's game last night, 27, 12 rebounds, 16 assists. Dude's a freak. Absolute freak.
Nuts.
He's the MVP of the NBA, even though he won't win it. We know who's going to win that.
LeBron.
Yeah, he just swept the Suns. The rich really have a piss poor attitude. We'll explain what that means on the other side here. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Bob Fescoe.
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
And Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at CertaPro are going to make your house look absolutely awesome, right? You want your house to be special. You want your house to be beautiful. You want your house to be perfect when it comes to that paint job. And CertaPro, they're going to get it done the right way the first time. And at CertaPro Painters, whether it's the outside of your house or the inside of your house, you probably need to touch it up. You've got the flaky paint on the outside. Maybe you don't like a color on the inside, or the paint's chipping on the inside. You're like, it's time for something new. And that means it's time to call CertaPro. And right now, time is running out. So it's time to move on these phone calls, folks, to get 10% off your home painting project. Take advantage of CertaPro's spring sales event before May 15th. So if you've been putting off some much-needed painting, don't wait any longer. CertaPro Painters will get the job done for you right, quickly, and at the right price. And whether it's interior or exterior, they know how important your home is to you. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in Kansas City. So schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. It's CertaPro.
Hello, Kansas City. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America, N.A., member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
There's nothing like the sound of Royals baseball.
When the boys in blue take the field, loyal fans tune in, turn it up, and stay connected. And where do Kansas City's most passionate sports fans gather? Right here on 96.5 The Fan. Sports fans are loyal fans. They support the teams they love and the businesses that support their team. If you're ready to grow your business and connect with a dedicated, engaged audience, call 816-522-0444 or email greg.bergen@odyssey.com. That's greg.bergen@odyssey.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means playing in a football game. Boom! 42! You're going down, Doug! Oh, yeah? Your price on car insurance when you customize and save is going down. Hey! Limu? What are you doing on their team? Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Kansas side 70 eastbound gets heavy at 110th Street over to a forced exit at 435. Past that, folks are stuck before 86th Street, just crawling over to the 78th Street exit. Forced exit there, freeway shut down with an accident. Westbound lanes, 3 left lanes, block delays beyond College Parkway and building. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Follow the station on Instagram for daily videos like the Royal Decree, Chiefs Take Tuesday, and Would You Rather Wednesday. This is Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan, KFMC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Good morning, Kansas City. Bob Fescoe, Mac Dusty Likens, all with you on 96.5 The Fan. Happy Tuesday. You know how we always do Richards of the Week on Fridays. There was a Richard last night in the Cleveland Guardians game. Not sure if you guys saw this video.
Oh, I've got that coming up at 8 o'clock.
Oh,
He getting blasted today.
Okay. Well, shout out to Ryan Bass and JT Noah. He saw the video as well, said it's nice to see people do nice things. I'll let Bob give you that sort of story at 8 o'clock. But yeah, it was a sight to see that guy is a loser.
Get that? Yeah. I mean, that's an understatement. And it's the only words we're allowed to use on this radio station.
Well,
at least until now.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow, maybe. I don't know.
But it's no secret. The Royals have been off to a slow start, 11-17. They will take their talents to Sacramento. A's, Athletics, whatever they are, Jacob Wilson and Nick Kurtz. And, of course, you remember Nick Kurtz. He was the Rookie of the Year. Jacob Wilson was, basically the leading candidate for Rookie of the Year all the way up until Kurtz decided to start going absolutely nuts with the lumber, also taken right before Jack Caglione. So there will be some storylines in this series for the Royals, but that is not the storyline of this conversation because there's a famous line of a Bruce Springsteen song. Poor men want to be rich. Rich men want to be kings, and a king isn't satisfied until he rules everything. Boy, the Mets just don't understand what it's like to have a good attitude and try to make things better when things are going bad.
Well, they suck. They do.
Their ownership sucks.
Yeah.
Their fan base, I'm not really sure if I enjoy it. But yeah, they're not really doing well with losing.
No, they're not. And they're a down bad franchise too. They're a down bad fan base. Everything is down bad there. And for rightfully so. I mean, they've been kind of an irrelevant franchise for the most part. They take second fiddle in New York. I mean, maybe they're even behind the Islanders at this point for teams that people root for in New York. But the difference is, though, they're losing games at a rapid rate. The Royals obviously have not had a great start to the season. But the difference is when you listen about the Mets and the players on their team, you get the understanding real fast, at least in my opinion, that they're never going to pull out of this thing. And there's a big reason why I think the Royals can pull out of this thing, and it has to do with the character of the players. I mean, when Dayton was the general manager, it was all about the character of the players, right? You have to have guys that are going to be great husbands, great fathers, great sons, great role models. You want those people with that high character. That's not because you're doing good things off the field. High character guys are able to go out there through the tough times and persevere and power through. And when you got a team like the Mets have with a bunch of individual players, and especially a guy like Juan Soto, who, is at MJ the night we were there when his team is getting their asses kicked in. They're on the road. I know he was injured, but it's still not a great look. It shows you why the Mets are never going to pull out of this thing, because they don't have the character. They don't have guys that actually care. When you look around that diamond right now, the Royals aren't losing because they don't care. They've given up. They've cashed in on the season. They're getting beat. And because they haven't given in, because they have high-quality guys, because that was kind of the stable that Dayton established when he came here to have high-quality guys, you can pull out of these losing streaks when you have high-quality individuals. And look around the diamond. Bobby's high quality, Vinny's high quality, Salvi's high quality. Everybody on that team is a high-quality individual, and that's what ultimately pulls you out of this malaise, is that when you're a high-character guy, you actually care about your teammates, you care about the franchise, you care about the city, you're able to power yourself out of that. The Mets have none of that. They have nobody buying into anything that they're doing. There's no care whatsoever from the Mets. And then I look at the Royals, I'm like, they're not winning, but damn, they're good character guys, and that's going to go a long way in pulling them, hopefully, out of this malaise. They got to play better baseball, but they have a big leg up on the Mets because they actually have character guys that care about winning and wanting to be good baseball players.
Yeah, the Mets, I mean, I don't know if I want to call their fan base toxic, but like...
Oh, it is. No,
they're kind of like their team has kind of always been that way. Like, for God's sakes, the last time they won the World Series, they were called the Miracle Mets.
Yeah.
Like, that's almost like the most pessimistic type of team you could call yourself. Oh, it's a miracle. Like, I know Danny and the Manny and the Miracles. It was more so the miracle shot. The Miracle Mets were just like this horrible team that all of a sudden was like everything started to go their way. And obviously the ball through Buckner's legs and all that sort of stuff in the history. But like, you look at the team then, like Strawberry and Doc, like, they weren't about the team.
They weren't about the team at all. They missed the damn parade.
Correct. They were still awake from a blow bender watching the whole team do the thing.
But this is 86 you're talking about. It's 40 years later, dude. It's the same stuff.
Right. And it's not like they're doing Bolivian Bam Bam, but they're, it's a show. And, I know that like New York is New York, but the Yankees are doing it with Ben Rice and Cody Bellinger and Aaron Judge. And yes, those are all expensive players. Ben Rice not yet, will be.
Will be.
They'll lock him up. I can guarantee you that.
But great character players.
But I mean, like, you don't hear of anything of Aaron Judge off the field.
Great human being
now,
off the field.
Aaron Judge has got to do it on the field in October very, very soon.
Yeah.
Or they're not going to be very happy at all. But again, like, you look at the Royals' perspective, we're also not the same roster of money. So, like, that is always, like, cash is king and also divides.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is what it is. Like, everybody knows who everybody is and pretty much what their cash status is, or whatever their money status is. Like, oh, yeah, they're fine. They got money. You're like, oh, okay. Well, that shouldn't divide you from them. But then you have the character issues that can come with that. And with the Mets and Juan Soto and what they did, and then they went out and got Bo Bichette, and I think a lot of people would agree they way overpaid for Bo Bichette.
He had opening day where he got a big hit and hasn't done anything since. I mean, that guy's getting booed in every at-bat, Dusty.
And Francisco Lindor
out.
Obviously hasn't really lived up to his contract. Was great last year, but like hasn't really lived up to what they have expected. Pitching is, and so the fan base, on top of the drama and on top of the character that you have in there, creates this. Whereas, like, the most toxic thing about the Royals and their fan base are the people that just want to be right because they say, well, they've only had 3 successful years in their franchise history. You guys exist in your own area, and I know that it's okay for you to pop up to keep us humbled, but, like, that's it. Like, that's, like, Vinny will go up there and say it sucks, we're not doing well. Isaac Collins, who joins Vern's show, says we all know what's going on. We know we got to get out of it. Every win, even if they win a game and it's been 3 straight losses, someone's getting splashed with a QT Cup cooler. There's always these sort of things. Now, what the Royals have that the Mets don't have is the Royals don't have this expectation because their roster isn't expensive. And I think when that's the case in New York, you have the fan base that attacks the players who read the tabloids, who listen to the radio hosts or the podcasters, and then that creates a division. Whereas, like, outside of Bobby Witt Jr., everybody's kind of equal on this team. Now, I know that you've got, younger players, but it's not like $700 million, $220 million, and then $4.5 million.
And that does divide a clubhouse. There's no question about it, because if you're making $2.5 million, you're looking at the guy that's making 50 going, what the F, dude? Like, seriously, get your ass in gear. I'm making $2.5 million. You're making $50 million a year, and you're not doing anything. But it does. It comes back to those character guys. The Yankee example is great. Aaron Judge is a great character player, a great character person, and he leads that organization. The Mets have been a bad organization for 40 years. It's because they always find a way to not have those character players. You can change owners, you can change managers, you can change general managers. The stank of the Mets is still a stank, and they're never going to get out of that until they do a complete and total house cleaning and get somebody in there with that new message. But that's why I look at the Royals and everybody's down on them, and they should be. I mean, they're not a good baseball team right now, but they have the character inside that locker room that can bring you out of this malaise, and I think that is important. Character shows when times are tough. And when you look at the Mets and times are tough, everybody's bitching about stuff, right? Everybody's complaining about stuff. Dallas Cowboys, same way. Cincinnati Bengals, same type of way. You don't want to hear your players complaining about things. You want them to find ways to get out of it. And if they're not good character and they're not all about the team and they're not all about each other, you're never going to find a way out of this malaise. And that's why I have some optimism for the Royals, because they truly do love playing for each other and are willing to go out there and play every day for the guy next to him. Not a lot of teams are capable of doing that right now, or ever.
Does Q get some credit for that, keeping those guys together?
100%. Yeah. I would think so, but it's ultimately your guys inside that clubhouse too, right? It's Salvi, it's Bobby, it's the players. They got to police that clubhouse themselves. Yeah. Obviously, the manager has to have an impact, but you got to have the foresight to get these guys in here with that character. And again, it goes back to Dayton when everybody's like, oh, dumping on the character. Oh, the character guys. No, it matters, because when you're losing in a season when you're supposed to be winning, you need those character guys to come along and move you forward. And if you don't have those guys, it will just spiral out of control.
Yeah, because I think Vern said it before. Like, you've got Sal that keeps, the Latin players kind of like in cahoots with what's going on, and then you've got Vinny who keeps the English guys, the speaking guys, like he's their mouthpiece. You put those two guys together, they get along. That moves to the top. That's because the manager of the team knows and can trust that he can do that. It's like, you've got family that's worked in the restaurant industry, right? Mm-hmm. We know the general manager is a general manager, but if they have two great servers on the floor, they can go to the back and get paperwork done, get logistics done, because they know they can trust the two guys or gals or guy and gal out there on the floor to handle business. And if things get out of control, they're not going to panic. They're going to go to the office and be like, hey, something's going on if you want to check this out. Okay, I'll be right there. Same concept in the locker room with Q. And his demeanor, which people can nitpick all the time,
it's
that
a
he's
perfect
too calm.
Demeanor.
That's what you need in baseball. How did Matheny work?
The same demeanor that Q has is the exact same demeanor that Andy Reid has. And that's the demeanor you want from your coach. You don't want somebody who's losing their mind all the time.
I think Andy's probably a little bit more stern and probably has a slight bit more humor. But Q, he's just mellow. And I think that's okay to have that in baseball. And I'm sure he can get pissed. I've seen him get ejected.
Sure, but you have to be that way. But you can't be up and down and up. And like, that would drive everybody nuts over the course of a 162-game season.
Somebody in the text says, I've been a Mets fan since the 80s. You're right. Nobody cares. The greatest rivalry in sports right now is the Mets ownership versus Mets fan base.
It is.
I love the Islanders too, but the Mets in New York, where I grew up, 10 times more popular than the Islanders are right now. And everything you're saying, though, right now, we're still going.
Yeah, we're still doing it at that point.
And if you missed that documentary, they actually bring that up.
I mean, watching, who was it? Daryl was watching the parade?
No,
was it Doc?
Doc Gooden was literally like, I was still up from the night of winning the World Series, watching my team go across like Fifth Avenue during the parade, or where, ladies and dudes, and we're just hanging out. I'm like, oh my God, that's I'm supposed to be there.
Could you imagine that? No. Could you imagine? My friends over right now, you probably are dealing with some pain, and maybe you're just like, and now they're moving. He already knows how to heal. QC Kinetics will finally give it the right tools. No operating room, no hardware, no watching summer come and go from a recliner, just getting back to being you. The version of you that doesn't map out a route based on where you can sit or to avoid stairs. Now let's get that free consultation on the books, because you know that sounds awesome to feel better. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299. It's QC Kinetics.
DQ presents the $7 meal deal, a delicious meal serving up serious value. We're talking 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and of course, a classic DQ sundae. Because come on, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. All for just $7. And now you can try it with the new honey sriracha dip. The DQ $7 meal deal, a satisfying meal full of big flavor for a great value. DQ, happy tastes good.
Hi, I'm Carter.
And I'm Charlie. We'd like to share a quick story about a homeowner named Jack.
Jack had a home he needed to sell fast.
And Jack thought he had it all figured out.
So Jack talked to multiple cash buyers.
Jack chose the highest offer.
But the day before closing, guess what? The buyer backed out,
leaving Jack with the moving truck all packed in the driveway and not sure what to do.
Jack learned the hard way that the highest offer isn't always the right offer.
Jack got suckered.
Make sure you aren't hung out to dry.
Call our dad at Rex Buys KC.
Our dad is local, he knows Kansas City, and he actually closes deals.
No repairs, no fees, no
6000, or visit rexbuyskc.com.
Rex Buys KC, helping people make smart choices one home at a time.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers, believe Uline.com.
Stay Green Premium 2 cubic foot mulch. 5 bags for $10. Then get what you need to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh with up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on select laundry pairs. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you
by Anthony. Plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. Kansas side 70 eastbound. Heavy approaching 435. You're forced to exit there to avoid a worse problem. Freeway shut down at 78th Street. Long delays beyond 86th. Westbound lanes also affected. Very heavy from 65th Street over towards the accident at 78th. 3 left lanes blocked. Replacing your HVAC doesn't have to be an emergency. Plan now, pay less later. When you plan ahead, you get more options, better scheduling, and less stress. Schedule today at AnthonyPHCE.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
You call it a successful week for some. You know, wake up every day, smile on your face, go to your job, get home, kiss your wife, go to bed, repeat, wash, rinse, repeat.
Hello, America.
How about Shannon Elizabeth's first week? Remember that story? She went to OnlyFans.
She do good?
7 figures.
Oh, my. 7 figures on OnlyFans.
In 1 week.
Who?
Shannon Elizabeth. Nadia from American Pie.
Yes.
And Elizabeth.
Not if he wants.
Of teams that missed last year. That we don't think will miss this year. Right? That we don't think will miss this year. Right? And history will see. Right? And history will say that 4 always do.
Yeah, 50%
missed last year that make it this year. I'll go with the Chiefs, just because I trust in Veach and Andy and Mahomes and Walker's a big signing. Their draft on defense, and Walker's a big signing. Their draft on defense, and I like where they're at. I think they can make the playoffs. At least they better. I like where they're at. I think they can make the playoffs. At least they better. Dallas is another one for him, unless he did it late. Jerry versus George.
Episode
Jerry. The Lions make it.
Yeah.
In Green Bay, Minnesota, who knows? Kyler Murray's coming in. Can he get them over the hump with KOC? They sure seem to hope so. Detroit back to where they were last year, if not exceed that, because they were 2 anomaly there. And then the last, he has the best 1-2 wide receiver combination, I think, in football. I don't think there's really a debate there. Chase Brown is their guy that they stumble, whether he was or not, in your opinion.
KC as well on that list. I mean, you have to make the playoffs this year. If not, we're having other conversations in December and January, and it's not about the holidays. So I'll go now on the offensive side. Clearly on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of playmakers, and you have an adult in the room, and I think that's something that the Giants have been lacking since Tom. I'm going with the Jets.
Wow.
I am going with the Jets to make the playoffs.
Damn.
They're not a bad football team. They've got a lot of talent on that football team. I'm going to just go out on a limb, and I'm going to say the Jets.
I love it.
Because just like when the Knicks are in the playoffs, the Jets being bad is good, but the Jets being good is good too. There'll be a lot more meltdowns when they fail in the playoffs. So I will go with the Jets, and then I will bring it up with the Ravens as my 4th team that I think is going to make the playoffs. You would have thought they hired Vince Lombardi down there to be their coach.
Yes.
I mean,
Lombardi, Don Shula, they brought them all in there.
You would have thought they got rid of Todd Haley and hired Vince Lombardi to be their coach down there with the way that they're acting in Baltimore. And I like the owner. He made a draft pick the other day, which is kind of cool. I will give the Ravens my 4th spot.
Okay, I love it. We got some similarities in everyone's list here. Yeah, Ravens I agree with for similar reasons. Love the Jets pick just because I think that's...
There's always somebody you never think of, like Carolina last year, right?
There is, and to your point, like Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, those are A1 studs, and Geno Smith, I'm a guy that's just going to defend him. Like I think last year's a Raiders problem, not a Geno Smith problem.
I was going to ask you about that because he's been solid everywhere he's been except, well, with the Raiders. And they got Frank Reich as their offensive coordinator, and he's done a pretty good job over the course of his tenure as an offensive coordinator / head coach. He could be the head coach if they decide to fire Aaron Glenn midseason. But, again, he's an adult in the room that's been around that has seen so much in this league.
So I'll go with Ravens. I'll agree there. I'll go Vikings. You mentioned him. I'm just really hot on them. This is a team that I'm excited about. I love KOC. I think that defense is great. I think they've got a head coach for their defensive coordinator in Flores. And then you look at that offensive line and weapons. Justin Jefferson's going to be back catching passes and being the best wide receiver in football because he's got a quarterback now. Kevin O'Connell, it is not 9. It is Kyler Murray.
Well, he's never left as the best wide receiver in football.
Exactly. No, he hasn't. National media, people, casuals, of course. This is a year-to-year title. It's not Justin Jefferson.
Wide receiver 1.
Of course, this is the way it works. Or Jamar Chase because he had a triple crown a couple years ago. Yeah. JSN's 3 or 4 or 5.
And then CeeDee.
Yeah. He's 3 or 5. The 1 and 2 is solidified in my opinion. So you got Vikings. I'll go with Dallas. The whole NFC East, the whole NFC East. I'm up in arms about. I don't know what to do over here.
It's going to be fun this year.
It's going to be extremely fun. I'm not in on the Eagles, but as far as the Giants, the Cowboys, and the Commanders go, I could see all 3 of those teams making the playoffs. They're going to be fun.
The Commanders have a lot of pressure to make the playoffs, too. I think if they don't, there's going to be a house cleaning there.
Dan Quinn.
In Washington, you got the draft coming there next year, so they want to put on a good show, obviously have a good team. And then they're building that new stadium as well. So you want to make sure that you're going in there, riding high. You don't want to go in there as a loser. And so Washington, I don't know. I'm not in on them. Haven't been in on them. Philadelphia, why aren't you in on them? That's funny.
Because they're head coach.
Yeah, drama, head coach. Yeah, I'm not in. Losing A.J. Brown, and they
haven't lost him yet.
Yeah, so they're going to lose A.J. Brown, and they've got receivers who kill it over the middle. Jalen Hurts throws everywhere but over the middle. He throws on the sidelines. That's about it. And next to him. But so, yeah, those are my 4 teams. Honorable mention would be the Commanders. I'll just say on the Bengals, Dusty, for your Cincinnati take. I like it because to give our guy Drew some talk here, their defense, man. Dexter Lawrence, Jonathan Allen, Boye Mafe, Brian Cook, Kyle Duggar, and that's not counting a defensive end and a cornerback that they took in their first 2 picks in the draft this year. They completely are trying to do a 2022 and what we hope to be a 2026 rehaul of the Chiefs defense they're trying to do in Cincinnati.
Well, if you can't beat them, join them.
Exactly right.
That is the answer right there. They needed to do an overhaul. Good for them that they're able to do that. That the owner actually allowed them to do that overhaul.
Mac like Washington because they have Joshua Joseph.
Joshua Joseph?
Yeah. Edge rusher out of Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. They also have Leo Chenal.
Yes.
They got better on
Great
defense,
pickup.
and I think they have let's see here. Commanders, Eagles. They have the second best quarterback in that division.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, and 1 and 2 can be very, very debated. I think Jaden Daniels is better than a lot of people want to give him credit for. I think he was injured last year, and I think they tried to see how tough the kid was or how, I don't want to say stupid, but like athletically stupid. Like the guys that'll be like, Mahomes is sometimes that way, right? Like my ankle's bent. You need to get it checked out, then you can come back in. I know that you want to play, but we need to protect the franchise before we run on adrenaline. And so protect him. You have Scary Terry. You got our guy Bill, the running back. I think he's going to be fine. They drafted a receiver in the 3rd round out of Clemson. Tight end, they got to figure that out because our boy Zach Ertz. That's all she wrote.
He's about 90.
Well, he snapped his knee in half in one of the most gruesome injuries I've seen in football.
Yep.
But I'm interested to see like what Jackson Dart does. Because there could be a possibility that Jalen Hurts is the 4th quarterback in that division this year.
I would agree with that. Yes.
You know what I'd agree with? 1 word.
1 word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No.
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get 1 word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is 1 word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
It's Tonsil Hockey Tuesday for Bob and Mac, but it's also Taco Tuesday for a lot of you out there that celebrate. Don't forget, 1 word brought to you by Maloney's, the Sand Trap, and the Landing. 3 great local spots with delicious food, cold drinks, TVs galore to watch all your favorite sports. You got NBA playoffs tonight. Celtics, they start at 6. You got the Knicks, they start at 7. You want to stick around a little bit later, you got the Royals at 8:40 against the Athletics. And they have outdoor patio seating to enjoy all this nice spring weather as well. And tonight at Maloney's, Tuesday night, tacos and burritos, $4.50 Mexican beers and margaritas. And if you want to go big, $6 double margaritas. All of that at Maloney's. Tacos and burritos, $4.50 Mexican beers and margaritas, and $6 double margaritas, all at Maloney's.
Sign me up.
1 word brought to you by Maloney's, Sand Trap, and the Landing. Mac?
All right. How about it? WNBA returning to Kansas City after 20 years. It was the Minnesota Lynx, and they were facing the Nigerian women's national team. First time in 20 years, WNBA back in KC. 1 word.
Sure.
You're in.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess.
Not excited about it. But sure.
I mean, the Nigerian national team versus the Minnesota Lynx,
look to be packed.
Good.
Yeah, it's my 1 word would be like blueprint. Maybe you can see this, build from this, and I know everybody will hate it, but not everybody, but most people will disagree with it, but maybe you can get a franchise here. And then the sport that is starting to grow maybe you get it at its best point. I don't know. We'll see. Blueprint, that would be my one word.
I'd love it. How about Sebastian Sawe? Talk about best point. He broke the 2-hour marathon. This was pretty amazing.
History in the making. Under 2 hours. Nobody has ever done this. They said it couldn't be done. Sebastian Sawe is going to break the 2-hour mark. He's going to win the London Marathon in incredible style. An historic performance, 1:59.30. Absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like that. What a finish.
Pretty amazing there. The guy who finished in second, also under 2 hours.
Insane.
But not going to get talked about.
Yeah. Insane.
Nuts. Stupid.
That's
Ridiculous.
one of the greatest athletic achievements that I've ever heard. I mean, finishing a marathon in under 2 hours by two different people.
And the lead guy had 30 seconds to spare.
How much was the guy behind him?
11 seconds.
Oh, man. And you're right. That guy isn't going to get talked about. Yeah, I broke the 2-hour mark of the marathon. Great. Did you win? No. What?
That's the greatest second finish of all time.
Yeah.
That's the greatest second place you could ever accomplish.
But we're also seeing, as we talk about in team sports all the time, how the athletes are getting better and better and better. We're seeing it everywhere now. This is just the beginning. I am sure now we will see more and more of these under 2-hour marathons start to fall because people are going to train differently. Now they've got a goal, in mind and all that kind of stuff. So I think just as we progress further and further down the road, athletes in every sport are getting better.
He's an Adidas athlete. Nike, their running game and their running shoe continues to be losing to Adidas. Sawe, very proudly an Adidas athlete. Nike turning him down when he was a pacemaker. That story now gaining popularity. How about this? This also gaining popularity in the golf world. Dustman Justin Rose has officially signed with McLaren Golf. He'll become the first ambassador for the brand after working with the company on development for 2 years. Rose will play with McLaren Golf Clubs, and the partnership will begin this week in Miami.
Isn't that a car, the McLaren?
Yes.
I think it is, yeah. So driver is my one word. He's the driver for McLaren.
Nice.
Yeah, he'll have probably a McLaren driver. I'm interested because I want to see how his game is.
He's hot right now. This is risky.
Very hot.
I feel like this is when Nike came out with the Tiger clubs, and we all went, ooh, Nike's getting into golf?
Yeah, that wasn't good. Which basically we found out that Tiger Woods loved to hit a Pro V1. Nike said, okay, we'll just paint over it, put a swish, no one will know. And then everybody found out. But yeah, it's interesting because, there's a lot of guys that I play with that will buy a new driver and then will not give it a chance because they don't like the way it feels or the way it hits, and they immediately will go resell it and go back to their old driver, or they'll buy a new putter and keep their old putter in the bag. They'll try to get into the new putter, it won't work, and the next thing you know, it's on Marketplace, and they're still hitting their Scotty Cameron that they bought in 1999. So it'll be interesting to see how Justin Rose hits new clubs. But again, he's a pro. He's the third best golfer in the world, so I'm sure he'll be just fine.
Yeah, that's interesting, too, when you buy those clubs and you invest in them and then you just don't use them. You don't give it an opportunity.
Well, it's just golf is so mental.
I know
it's
it is.
so mental. Give it a chance. Like my buddy just switched to an anchor putter. And I'm like, you're going to have to hit it. You have to go in your basement and hit it 150 times before you get that feel, that motion, that weight. And now he's, putting much better with it because he gave it a chance.
It's interesting, too, with baseball players and how they're such creatures of habit. They can just go through bats like it's no big deal, right? The bats break all the time. You would think a baseball player would be a lot more upset if you saw a bat snap in half.
We got Mike Vrabel and Diana Yassini news. More drama. It's just never going to end, is it? I'll combine these two news breaks that happened yesterday. Mike Vrabel spotted buying a gift in Utah. Looked like he was buying a sweatshirt or something like that for his wife. Obviously, an apology gift there. And then we also had this yesterday. This may be even better. Diana Rossini made a Spotify playlist called Turning the Page. She shared with a user named Mike on December 19th, 2022. That just so happens to coincide with a massive losing streak that the Titans were going through in that time. That playlist also deleted last night.
Oh, it was? Man, all this stuff is getting deleted when they said this was... remember when it all first came out and they said it was laughable? Yeah, laughable. No, it's not laughable. What's laughable is comeuppance. And for whatever reason now, are getting theirs, right? Who did they wrong? Because everybody's out there looking for anything to get them with right now.
I would say cigar. Not Seeger, but cigar, because I am here for this. And Turn the Page was a great song made by Bob Seger, then ruined by Metallica. Yeah, I said it.
Hot takes. All right, 3 more, 2 minutes. Let's do this. This is a quote from Howie Roseman, Eagles GM, maybe the best GM in football. Quote, if we went into the draft and filled every hole, we probably didn't have a good draft. This is a comment Roseman makes each year, and it served him well. That comes from Zach Berman, a reporter there for the info. What do you think about that quote? If we went into the draft and filled every hole, we probably didn't have a good draft.
Yeah,
One word.
Smart, because you're taking players that you don't need to be taking at certain positions. It's like, we look at number 6 overall. Yeah, they took the best cornerback in the draft if you're the Chiefs. You could have had the third best rush end, third best wide receiver. If you start looking to fill holes in your draft, he's absolutely right. You're not going to have a good draft.
Exceptional. I mean, that's the mindset you want, man. That's the guy that puts the team together. That's the guy that constructs everything, that puts all the parts and gets them moving. So, yeah, it's an exceptional mindset to have if you're the GM.
Yeah, and to be able to actually go through with it is another thing.
Yeah.
It seems like he does. 2 more here real quick. Allison Felix, she's the most decorated female track and field athlete in Olympic history. She's going to come out of retirement. She's going to compete in the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. She's 40. She will be 42 by the time those Olympic Games get underway. One word on Allison Felix.
Awesome. Keep going. And
yeah,
if you're an athlete and you can continue to do it, do not retire until they push you out the door, because eventually you got to get a real job. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, legendary. I mean, these are the Olympic stories you love. Lindsey Vonn,
Yes.
broken leg, going down the ski
Yes.
slope, 42-year-old going, check this out, kids.
And then one word, Royals playing the Athletics tonight, 8:40, one word.
Win.
Yeah, similarities. They have there's up-and-coming stars. You have yours. Nick Kurtz taking 5th overall. Jack Caglione 6th overall. Keep the momentum. Momentum is what I would say is the one word. Keep it going. And somehow sneak
Yes.
those City Connect jerseys in.
Just
You
rolling.
just don't lose them. We're 5-1 in those jerseys. That is one word brought to you by Maloney's, the Sand Trap, and the Landy. 3 great local spots, all delicious food, cold drinks all night long for you to enjoy, plus TVs to watch all your favorite sports, plus outdoor patio seating to enjoy the nice weather. And again, tonight at Maloney's is tacos and burritos, $4.50 Mexican beers and margs, $6 double margaritas. 1 margarita, 2 margarita. That song is somewhat catchy and good, and I don't know why. Sorry, park's closed. We do our Mount Rushmore of candy next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carter Jensen, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, the great folks from Window World came out to the house yesterday taking pictures and videos of all the windows that we have in our home from Window World. And we also talked about, them supporting local. When it comes to local charities, Window World is on board. They're a big sponsor now of the See You in the Major Leagues golf tournament that's coming up on May 21st out at Top Golf. That's what the folks at Window World do. They get invested in the local community, and it makes me so excited to know that I'm doing business with a great company that also gives back to folks here in Kansas City. And if you want to do business with a great company and you need those replacement windows, Window World is the place to go. They're the official windows of the Chiefs. They're the official windows of our house. We've got over 30 of them in our house right now, and they have a lifetime warranty that covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor. Window World is there for you. And these windows are so durable. Not only do they stand behind them, they'll actually stand on those windows to show you how strong those double glass replacement windows are. So it's time to get some new windows in your house. Call for a free in-home estimate today. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS or at windowskansascity.com. It's Window World.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee.
Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most.
That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included.
Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi.
Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WEB-NOW-1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Spring is here, and as the weather heats up, the sports action heats up at Circa Sports. From baseball to basketball to hockey, Circa Sports has it all. Circa Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. High betting limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service. Whether you're looking for playoff futures or props on your favorite players and more, Circa Sports has you covered. And don't miss out on the special Royals props for every game. Download Circa Sports app or visit circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
Lowe's has the brands pros trust to get the job done. You can now shop new Catalyst fencing solutions and save big when you do. 10% off when you buy in bulk. Plus, save $180 on a DeWalt 12-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. Now just $449. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Wouldn't you like to take a vacation from your bills? Well, you can. The new year is here. Home values are up, and you have more home equity than ever. Now is the time to put that home equity to work for you. This is James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak Lending. Credit card balances are at an all-time high. Why pay 25 to 30% interest to them when you could be saving thousands of dollars after a simple phone call? Golden Oak's mortgage rate is 4.5%. We have no fee to apply and no out-of-pocket costs. And if you call today, you could make no payments for 2 months. But don't wait. This rate won't last forever. Imagine how good it will feel to have those bills paid off. At Golden Oak Lending, we can make that happen in as little as 14 days. And if for any reason your loan doesn't close, we will pay for your appraisal. Call today and take advantage of our 4.5% fixed rate. Call 913-890-GOLD.
Golden Oak Lending, cured my blues.
5.442 APR, FHA 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit, additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Kansas side 70 eastbound, a real mess. Shut down twice. You hit delays at 110th Street, forced exit to 435 southbound. Then it bogs down and stays very heavy from 94th over to 78th, where they're forcing you off there through the Service Road intersection. You get right back on. Now, westbound lanes, 3 left lanes blocked to clear up a fuel spill on that side with delays very heavy from 57th Street. Alan Carn, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Mac, if somebody asks you a question on the text line, serious question. He is an outstanding GM, so don't get me wrong. But why is Howie Roseman considered a better GM than Veach? And Veach has been in 1 more Super Bowls than Howie.
I'd like to know the answer to that, too.
Well, Bob and I have disagreed on this a lot, but I don't think GM should be judged on the Super Bowl wins. That seems idiotic to me.
Roster construction?
I mean, they put the team together, and they won the Super Bowl. That's pretty good.
It doesn't mean it's not a positive. It just doesn't mean you should be discounted if your team doesn't.
So you'd rather have a GM that puts together a nice roster that doesn't win, though, is what you're saying? Because
No.
to me, it's about championships, and that's all I care about.
Championships is not just about the GM. The championships is about the coach and about the roster
then who
construction.
do we judge championships on, though? I mean, we don't want to judge it with quarterbacks.
I want to judge it with quarterbacks and with coaches. Absolutely.
You do?
Absolutely.
I thought you said winning championships wasn't a quarterback stat, though. We've had that conversation.
Winning is not a quarterback stat.
Well, then,
absolutely.
so-
But winning championships, again, is seen as a positive, and it should be. It should be a addition to your resume, in addition to your accolades. When we're talking about all-timers, the greats, a title's going to be needed if you're a quarterback and if you're a head coach.
Oh, yeah,
If
and
you're
I
a
think
GM,
for
I absolutely disagree.
Well, needed for what, though? What are we talking about? Are we
All-time,
talking about
being an
legacy
all-time,
in
being
that
a great.
conversation?
Like Howie Roseman, even if he wouldn't have won, but he did, and it was one of the best Super Bowl wins of all time. But even without that, he'd be one of the best GMs ever. They're in an AFC Championship. They're in the Super Bowl almost every year.
Yeah, and maybe it's a bad example, but I always feel like Howie Roseman ends up being like that crutch. People say, oh, how many GMs do people really know?
Yep. A lot of them are fired.
You know, how many GMs do people really know in all of professional sports? They come and go quickly, unless they become like a legendary status, Carl Peterson, a Dayton Moore, Brett Veach is obviously, trending in that direction. Even a guy like Scott Pioli, who was very prominent, everybody knew who he was. How many people know the GM of the Giants or the Jets, at this point in time? And those guys move on so fast. And so longevity in the GM spot obviously is something you strive for. And the way you get longevity is putting together good rosters and winning. They're going to fire you unless you're winning. You can say, man, I put together a great roster. They just didn't win. Your ass is going to be fired regardless, because it's all about those wins and losses and winning those championships. And so, no, I think a GM has to be judged on winning. If he puts together what he thinks a good roster, well, look at the Mets right now. Everybody wants these GMs or these managers fired in sports and in baseball. Oh, let's fire the manager, fire the manager. It's GM slappy put this team together, not the manager. The GM put these guys together. And if they're not gelling and they're not coming together and they're not playing good team baseball or team football or whatever, that's on the GM. You got to know character of guys, and you have to know their athletic ability. It's easier to look at the athletic ability. It's hard to judge the character of the guys, as we talked about to start the hour. With the Royals right now, they're going to turn it around because they got character guys. They got good character guys. It's tough to judge the character of a player. But then when you see them in bad situations, how do they respond? And that's what a GM's got to factor in as well. So I attribute a lot of winning to the general manager, making sure that you have the right people in the room.
Yeah, I didn't
to
say
go
winning.
out there.
I said Super Bowls. Yeah, winning, absolutely. Winning, absolutely. That's a part of it. Having a good roster wins.
So who gets the most credit then, in your opinion, for a Super Bowl championship?
It would depend on the championship. It would depend on the run. It depends. The Chiefs, that would have a different answer for all three of their wins. Mahomes would probably be the answer for at least one of them, if not two of them. 2022, that's Mahomes. But then other people would say, no, it's the defense. To me, it was Patrick Mahomes.
So you're essentially and I'm putting words into your mouth on purpose here.
Yeah.
Essentially what you're saying then is, without Brett Veach acquiring those players, Andy Reid can't win a Super Bowl. So Brett Veach should be higher up than Andy Reid when it comes to giving credit for Super Bowl championships.
No, because I think we've won Super Bowls despite our roster. 2022, for that instance, is why I would say Mahomes, because the roster wasn't great on offense.
Mm-hmm.
That's Brett Veach's fault. These last couple of drafts, the reason we're talking about how big this draft is because he hasn't drafted well in 23 and 24. So despite the roster, they've made Super Bowls. Despite all of that, they've been able to win championships. Now, that's where you give credit to Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. So I think context matters. Howie Roseman means the opposite. Despite having Jalen Hurts, despite having Nick Sirianni, he's put together the best offensive and defensive lines and the best secondary in some years to be able to do that and succeed. That's GM.
Who else is in that category, or that category, but conversation when we talk about successful GMs? Because I challenge most people to go out there and name 10 GMs in the NFL, right?
Totally.
Maybe that Jason Licht in Tampa could be considered a good GM.
Yep.
They do have a Super Bowl championship. You'd like to see him get more, but they constantly change over their roster. You could look at coaching potentially down there with Todd Bowles and say that's on them. Who else would you put in that category? Snead, obviously, out in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, John Schneider. Is that it?
Is he the Seattle guy?
The Seattle guy?
Sure.
Yes, I think
John
so.
Lynch.
John Lynch is another good one.
Lynch.
Yeah.
He's getting killed right now.
He is.
He's getting killed right now, but I agree.
I'd say
overall.
Ryan Poles could be in there with what he's restructured in Chicago. He went out and got
way
his
too
man.
early to put him on any list, I think, right now for me. What about Brandon Beane?
Brandon
I mean, no, but
Beane.
seriously, because that's an interesting case study.
But he wins.
He wins.
An interesting case.
Yeah,
yes.
And they got rid of the coach. They believed in the general manager. How many places would get rid of their coach and believe in the general manager? I got one on my list. I think Philadelphia.
I think to the support Veach side, and I can go both sides of this, I think Veach gets credit for one ring at least. Trading Tyreek Hill and acquiring Trent McDuffie and those picks and flipping that defensive roster and then going and get that little run to go to 3 in a row. I think he gets credit for one of those. Obviously, I think Mahomes' run against Philadelphia without that and without him throwing that pass to Juju that causes the pass interference. I think you could give Veach a little bit more credit than maybe you're giving him with one of those rings in that run. But obviously the Wasp play, if you don't have Mahomes, you don't have that championship.
Yeah, and then it all goes back to Veach finding this kid in Texas Tech a year before anybody else even, looked at him and wanted him.
And to be clear, I think Veach's a great GM. I'm not trying to take away from him.
I think the room of GMs is obviously a little bit closer in talent than it is of quarterback. Like, I think you could put the top 3 being Philadelphia, the Rams, and the Chiefs. Those to me, and then John Lynch is probably the 4th. Those have been the
Lynch needs a damn Super Bowl.
Those are the 4 most successful franchises over the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs have played the Rams, or not the Rams. The Chiefs have played the Niners and then the Eagles twice in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And then Philadelphia is obviously won one. But, yeah, you got to get there.
You got it, Lynch gets a lot of credit, but he's got that asterisk. They still haven't won that one. John Schneider's an interesting one too. A, nobody knows who he is, and B, he has survived multiple eras in Seattle and has done it in multiple eras in Seattle with different head coaches. I mean, he put together that roster that won the Super Bowl with Pete Carroll, and then he came back and put together a roster with Michael McDonald. I mean, my God, and the Doobie brothers up there.
Yeah.
And won it.
Is the Baltimore guy's name like Biscotti?
He's the owner.
Oh, he's the owner.
Eric, is it DaCosta?
DaCosta,
Eric
I think,
DaCosta?
is the GM, but he also took over from, the old tight end for the Browns, Ozzie Newsome.
Mm-hmm.
That was the GM there for 100 years that did an unbelievable job, and DaCosta's kind of picked up where they left off. I mean, I guess he's doing a great job. Again, ask Baltimore. You'd think they won the Super Bowl last year and then hired Vince Lombardi to be their head coach.
Eagles' first Super Bowl too, I think, is. I mean, obviously that whole team gets credit. It's an incredible Super Bowl, but backup quarterback. I mean, depth.
Yeah, you give him maybe some credit for the depth, but also you give the head coach a lot of credit for that.
Absolutely, Doug Peterson.
You talk about a guy who won a random Super Bowl and is to never be heard from again.
Yeah, exactly.
Essentially, he went to Jacksonville and they jettisoned him out of there. We may never see Doug Peterson coach again in the NFL.
Brett Holmes for the Lions. He's been there since 21.
He's
some
turned
good
that
picks there.
franchise
Yep,
around.
some good picks over there. I'll give him an honorable mention there.
Makes the trade of Stafford to the Rams to acquire Goff and then gets draft picks and takes Gibbs.
What year was that
Brown.
trade made?
22.
22. Wow, that early. Like 100 years ago.
Stafford's been there 3 years, right?
Formerly serving as the director of college scouting for the Los Angeles Rams, Brad Holmes.
There you go. Oh, and also, too,
So
you're talking great GMs, Jerry Jones makes the list.
Ooh.
They do draft well.
We actually have songs on the list. Turn the page.
Oh yeah, they've got every
The
song.
first song is Cuff It.
Yeah, dude, these songs are bad.
Oh.
There's like Renegade by Styx. There's some good songs, but
Is it really Cuff It? Yeah, Cuff It, Big Energy, Break My Soul, House Party, My Love, Pump It Louder, I'll Stop. Coming up next, we get to Bob's Bonehead Raw of the Week here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Tune in to hear Royals insider Josh Vernier every Monday at 8:20
Professor Vernier sitting up here, bloviating.
on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code CLEAR. To borrow up to $10,000, use code CLEAR to borrow up to $10,000.
Liberty Mutual customize this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Hello?
Hey sis, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
Take a look at the picture I just sent you. I'm walking into Hellsburg and want to get Mom something special for Mother's Day.
Yeah, she's done so much for us this year. Let's see. Diamond pendant. Oh, she'd love this.
Great. I'll get this, which means you're in charge of flowers.
Okay, deal.
This Mother's Day, save up to 50% on timeless gifts for Mom. Shop at a store near you or at Hellsburg.com.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come see us in store. Shane Company engagement rings are crafted with care from our hands to yours. Because a friend wants your ring to be nothing short of perfect. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Whether you're looking for a Bronco, an Explorer, an F-150, or even a commercial vehicle, Robside Ford has the selection.
That's right, Kevin. We've got it all. And we've got the lowest prices in Kansas City. No gimmicks, just great deals on every new Ford.
And it's not just inventory, it's how you do business. Robside Ford makes it very simple.
We do it different on purpose. Non-commissioned sales team, upfront transparent pricing, top dollar trade-in values, and a process that's actually easy.
You've even got the reputation to back it up, Bobby. Kansas City's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google. 4.8 stars, 3,000 reviews. Wow.
And this year, we're proud to be voted Best Car Dealership in KC by Kansas City Magazine.
So if you're ready for a better car buying experience,
come see us at 135th and State Line or check us out at robsight.com.
From Broncos to F-150s to work trucks, Robside Ford has what you need.
If you want simple and easy, you're not going to find a better spot.
Robside Ford. Buy right. Drive happy.
For 75 years, Kansas City families have trusted Anthony for comfort, safety, and dependable service. Thank you for trusting us with your house keys. Anthony, in your home for 75 years.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Traffic for DM Law, Kansas side 70 eastbound, heavy from 110th over to a forced exit at 435 southbound. Then another slow spot or long delays, actually, from 94th Street over to 78th with a forced exit there. Westbound lanes also heavy from 57th Street over to 78th with 3 lanes blocked on that side. Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law. How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results. Mike's got this. 816-888-7500. Mike's got this. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Look out for Max Minute on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This is Kansas City's FM sports station, 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Glass by Pink, Bass Down Low, Can't Stop by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Last Resort.
Hey, Raise Your Glass is a good song. I like that one.
Last Resort by Papa Roach, Welcome to the Jungle, Photograph by Def Leppard, God of Thunder by Kiss, Dance the Night Away by Van Halen,
Great song.
And Renegade by Styx. I have never seen a worse playlist in my life.
It's not really good, but there's a couple of decent songs on there.
Yeah. It's a fine song.
That was Diana's list that she sent to Mike, right?
It's almost like it's yacht rock.
I hate yacht rock. Every time I turn on that damn station, I'm disappointed. And I go back like an Alzheimer's patient thinking it's going to be different.
Well, then don't be a bonehead and go back to Yacht Rock.
I know, I do. Every time it's on me, but I want to give it an opportunity, and every time it disappoints me, man. It really does.
All right, let's talk some baseball. Bob, here we go. Your bonehead of the week, Raw.
Bob.
You want the audio first?
Yeah, play the audio.
There you go.
Oh, clank.
No, he's not going to steal that.
Yeah, that can't happen.
Well, when you see something wrong has occurred, it's nice to make up for it. And Ryan Bass making up for that Cleveland fan by going out making friends, and she deserves that baseball.
What a guy. What a guy.
Look at that.
She's good. Yeah, she's crying.
She looks emotional.
Yeah.
With her sunglasses on. Mom giving a hug. What a sweet moment. Way to go, Ryan.
That's phenomenal.
So if you'd like to paint the scene of what they just listened to.
So there you have a game that took place last night down in Tampa, and there's a girl out in the crowd, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 years old, not very old.
Was it in Tampa or Cleveland?
It was Tampa.
Okay.
And there was a home run hit by a guy for the Cleveland Guardians by the name of Daniel Schneemann, right? And he hits a home run. It's no big deal. It's a April game on a Monday night and all that kind of stuff. Not a great situation, not a meaningful home run, nothing important, just a Major League Baseball home run. And she goes down to get the ball, and over comes lumbering this guy. It looks like he would be working at a comic book store, and steals the ball away from this kid. Just rips the ball away from her and goes back to his seat. And you're like, oh my God, what a curmudgeon, what a creep. The bonehead is that guy. Also, too, if we were doing our brioche of the weekend, we'd give it to this guy, Ryan Bass, the TV guy for Tampa, who got a ball and went out there and gave it to the girl, which I thought was really cool for him to go out there and do that. He got the ball for her, took it out there, gave it to her, and made her day. But the guy who's going after the baseball, the bonehead is the adult who stands in the baseball card line when the players are walking in, the adult who knocks kids out of the way during batting practice, the adult who tries to get things out of athletes that are really for the children, whether it be the gloves from a baseball player or a football player, the wristband, stuff that these guys throw into the crowd. This is all for the children. It is not for grown adults. It is not for men. It is not for basement dwellers. It is not for the guy who works at the comic book store. It is for the kids to go out there and create memories. And as an adult, when you're stealing these kinds of memories from a kid and making them cry at a baseball game, you've got the serious issues. And that's the guy right there, because that guy is a microcosm of every other major league park. That guy exists in every stadium in baseball. You don't see it much in football, obviously. There's not a lot going in the crowd, or basketball or hockey. But in baseball, let the kids have the merch. Let the kids have the items. Let the kids have the baseball. Because what you're doing there is the players are trying to create fans by doing things like that. You're already a fan, pal. Go back to your seat, shovel in another hot dog, drink another beer, and let the kids have the fun.
This comes from the mother of the daughter and son at Progressive Field. You all watched the man steal the ball from my daughter. You know my son went to ask him for the ball, which was so brave. I just have to say thank you to the Tampa Bay broadcasting. When Cleveland broadcast cut to puppies rather than show the man stealing the ball from a child. I cannot thank Ryan and Tampa enough for making things right. Thank you all for looking out for all young baseball fans. It is top-notch sportsmanship. My daughter and I cried happy tears. I am so proud of my kids for how they handled tonight, and so proud of Tampa and its fans for standing up for my child. The pressure resulted in the man giving her the home run ball back 4 or 5 innings later. It's a mood at that point. Towards the end of the game.
After you got killed on social media.
Right. It wasn't the same, but we appreciate him doing the right thing. But we appreciate all of you even more. Thank you all for helping prevent my husband from catching an assault charge after the game. Kidding, kind of. Thank you for all caring about my little girl you've never met. I cannot show enough gratitude to all who stepped in to make it right. Make it right. I truly can't. Thank you. Bless you all. I may be Ohio grown, and forever Cleveland. But I will be a Tampa Bay fan for the principle of time alone. That's cool. as she would social media say that.
Yeah, you do.
That
it's
guy
good.
sucks.
Yeah, that guy does suck. He really does. He's the total.
Remember that
jerk.
Philadelphia Karen?
Oh yeah, that's right.
My, she might have been a bonehead too.
You're an adult. You're an adult. Why are you doing this kind of stuff?
Like, what's significant about that ball to you? Like, that ball has zero value nor anything to that kid except for I have a baseball from a game. And even if you catch a foul ball, like, the first thing you should do is give it to a kid. I went to the game on Wednesday with my buddy last week at the K, and his father-in-law was there. And you know how the first baseman or third baseman will throw the ball over the net?
Mm-hmm.
He got the ball, and he's never got a foul ball before. Shout out to Ron. Never got a foul ball before. Always won it. Season ticket holder the Royals. 60-plus years old. Never got one. Finally, right here, boom. Looks to his right, and there's a little kid. Let's say Bobby Witt Jr. It's his 500th home run.
That's different.
As long as you stay put, the minute you start leaping over kids, that's tough. I don't have any time for people with that sort of behavior.
Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculous to do. And if you get an opportunity to catch a foul ball and you whiff, that's on you too.
You think Brett Veach catches foul balls with his chest?
He does.
Okay. 180 days till hockey tryouts.
That's right.
That's awesome. Yeah, that guy, geez, crazy. I don't know how you can even just live with yourself for 5 innings. I know he later gave it back, but how are you sitting there?
Because did you see the guy? He doesn't have a care in the world about anything. He's worried about his Pokemon cards and his new, comic book that, it's not Nudie Magazine Day for that guy. It was comic book day for that guy. He's running out of the mailbox to get his new Marvel comic. But that guy sucks.
Yeah, loser. We've got a question from the text line with our couple minutes left. I'll ask you guys. From the 785, would you trade Rashee Rice and a pick for George Pickens?
Yeah.
Isn't it the same player?
No.
You think Pickens is significantly better?
I just know that off the field it hasn't
been the same. And are you going to pay George Pickens?
Can you rely on George Pickens?
Because you're going to get him for 1 year.
Yep.
Unless you're going to pay him a ton of money, which we know the receivers in this world make a ton of money.
Yeah, if you make the trade, you got to pay him. It would be very anti-MO for the Chiefs. But, there's a first time for everything. He's a 25-year-old wide receiver. Maybe you make the trade for him and pay him, and then all of a sudden Mr. Rice is a little motivated. Oh, you're paying this guy but not me? Well, yeah.
Yeah,
he's proven he can be here.
Yes, exactly.
You have not.
Pickens is awesome. He's so good, but I know you've said it, Bob, and it's pretty correct because it's just hard I just want a receiver that's not going to be a head case on or off the field. And Pickens off the field for the most part has been fine, but on the field, I mean, he's talking crap. He's mad. He's upset. He's pouty.
He just seems like a ticking time bomb.
Yes,
every time, and I don't know if I want that. I think I'd rather just get the most out of Rashee Rice before you send him loose.
Like, I never want a receiver here that would have a chance to yell at Mahomes because he's mad he didn't get the football.
No, that guy wouldn't be around on Monday, though.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody also asked a question to the fan going after the baseball and says, and I try to respond. I think this is the best way you could respond to this. He said, what's the protocol for scrambling after a ball for your own kid? I said, that's fine. Go after it. But once a kid beats you to it, you don't tangle up with the kid to try to get it from them. And that's what this guy did. Like, if you got to that little alleyway where it was at it, like Progressive or whatever, and they're like both there and you see the kid there, it's like, it's yours. I'm not going to. He like went in and like tried to, like, what are you doing, dude?
He's ripping it out of her hand.
Shoving her.
Sorry, you got beat to the ball. But I mean, all for it. Like, if your kid's there, you don't want him running after the ball. Like, yeah, you can go after it, and then you can give it to that kid. But this guy was clearly, I mean, I showed the picture on my phone with this guy. This guy, no children. At least it didn't appear to have. And then, then he gave it back 5 innings later.
After he got just destroyed, I'm sure, on social media for it. And after he saw the TV guy come up and give the kid the ball.
He's like, oh, shoot. Who's really to blame in Beantown? Because they cleaned house here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty.
Brett Veach has the most underrated chest I've ever seen.
On your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
I'll tell you what, my friends over at CertaPro are going to make your house look awesome. And that's what we all want. We all want to have a house that we're proud of, right? Whether it's the outside paint job peeling or maybe it's the inside color that you don't like anymore, you're probably thinking, I need a change. Just maybe a color pop, maybe an entire paint job on the outside of your house. Whatever it is, my friends at CertaPro are going to get the job done right, and they're going to do it for you, and you're going to be wowed, amazed, and just absolutely satisfied with the job our friends over at CertaPro do for everybody. And now, guys, time is running out to get 10% off your home painting project. So what I need you to do is take advantage of CertaPro's spring sales event before May 15th. A couple of weeks left. Get those appointments on the books. And so if you've been putting off some much-needed painting, don't wait any longer. CertaPro provides a free estimate quickly and at the right price. Whether it's interior or exterior, they know how important your home is to you. And each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated right here in Kansas City. So schedule your free estimate now at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. It's CertaPro.
Hello, Kansas City. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America, N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
The first leg in horse racing's Triple Crown is Saturday. So whether you're watching from the track or the comfort of your couch, you can bet the Kentucky Derby on the same place you can bet on all your other favorite sports. That's on FanDuel. And right now, all customers can get a Derby bet reset. That means you'll get a racing bonus back if your bet doesn't win. The app, it's super easy to use, and you don't have to be a horse racing expert to get it on the Derby Day action. So bet the fastest 2 minutes in sports on FanDuel and make it that much more exciting with your Derby bet reset. Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks are registered trademarks of Churchill Downs Incorporated. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 in President, Missouri. Verified FanDuel racing account required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires 9 days after receipt. Max refund $10 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code WAGON for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WAGON for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's WAGON.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
DQ presents the $7 Meal Deal, a delicious meal serving up serious value. We're talking 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and of course, a classic DQ sundae. Because come on, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. All for just $7. And now you can try it with the new Honey Sriracha Dip, the DQ $7 meal deal. A satisfying meal full of big flavor for a great value. DQ, happy tastes good.
And Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty. The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Kansas side 70 eastbound, still heavy from 110th Street to 435. Forced exit there to go southbound. Past that, things are bogged down from 94th over not quite to 78th. They start to loosen up around 86th. Now they've got you one lane open heading eastbound. Westbound, though, is worse. They've now shut all the lanes down and forced you to go through the intersection at 78th with delays back from about 57th, cleaning up a fuel spill over there. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Somebody from the 785 said, guy that stole that ball looks like he refuses to call them Guardians. Oh, that's great. That is great. Then you got other people. That kid got taught a valuable lesson. Life sucks. LOL.
No, that's not a valuable lesson. No, somebody being a jerk. Like, yes, you learn that people are jerks.
Yeah,
I
you
get
read
it. Yes.
You find out some people are dumb.
Yeah.
Screaming happy birthday, my son, Juju Luna. He turns 15 today. You will see him on Metro Sports very soon. Sophomore this year at Shawnee Mission Northwest. Go Cougars. Hell of a name for a high school. Do you agree with this punishment? I just showed Mac in the break. So there's this kid who apparently slammed his mom's cat down. So his punishment was to take his PS5 and do the exact same thing to the PS5 as he did to the cat.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, it's just kid crying in the driveway, slamming his PS5.
How
watching
old is the
break.
kid?
7.
I was going to say 10, so 8 to 10. Yeah.
She said, pick that up and throw it down like you threw down your mom's cat. And she...
Yep.
And the cat's fine. There's no... I mean, it's still the act of violence towards the animal.
That's going to be the worst thing that, ever happens.
That made Max stomach turn because he's like, that's a PS5.
Yeah, but also, too, as a parent, I look at that as a cost now. I got to buy another one of those. And so...
Or he can start mowing lawns and
save
save up his money and learn
but
2
at
lessons.
7 to 10 years old, I mean, that's very young. But, I mean, it is a lesson to be learned that, he'll never mess with his mom's stuff again, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean...
Also respect animals. Like, what are you doing throwing a cat? Like, I know, it lands on all 4s.
Yeah,
but,
man, who cares? Yeah, you got to learn early, man.
Yeah.
You got to learn early what's right and what's wrong. Breaking something that costs a lot of money, though, is a bill for yourself. Like,
fair.
maybe there's got to be another way. There's got to be something else you could have had that kid do,
So news this week that was pretty shocking on the baseball front is Boston decided to just go and fire everybody. Well, not their GM. He's fine, according to the Red Sox. But you kind of were hinting at this earlier about how much control the GM has. So you think that Boston should look at the general manager instead of looking at the manager and the Veritex and those type of guys.
Who put the team together, right? I mean, this goes back to making sure that you put the right guys in that locker room. And you, as the GM, you got to know that. Sorry, you got to know the mental makeup of people. You got to know the makeup of folks. You got to know what drives them. Like, if you're going to, assemble a team, you have to make sure that you know the personalities of all of those people that are being assembled into one room. And the Red Sox and the Mets will be next. They'll be firing their manager, before long. I'm actually surprised it didn't happen yesterday with the off day that they had. But they'll end up firing their manager as well. And the GMs will continue to just float on and kind of do their thing. But when you look at it now, especially in baseball today, the manager just does not have the impact that he used to have on a game. I mean, you just don't. You're not even making the lineup anymore as the manager. It's a consensus thing where everybody's sitting around the night before we've heard Q say and the day of making the lineup. So it's not even like the manager makes the lineup or anything like that. These players and the way that these teams are assembled all right now, the managers just don't have that impact and the ability to go out there and do it. Why aren't we firing the general managers who put these teams together? Because I look at it and I say, this isn't the manager's fault in Boston. This isn't the manager's fault with the Mets. This is going out there and assembling a team full of the wrong guys and dudes who don't know what they need to be doing to be part of a team, a bunch of individuals. And so in baseball now, with the diminishing role of the manager on a day-to-day basis, we've got to start looking more at the general managers in baseball and saying maybe they're the ones that need to be fired because they've taken control of these organizations in a way that we've never seen it before.
Is it just baseball?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You don't have that opinion in football?
Not as much, no. Baseball I do, though, because I still think you are allowing your head coaches to coach in football. You have to in football, right? You've got to allow your coaches to coach because of the game, the way it is. You don't need coaching per se in baseball. It's see ball, hit ball. It's not that complicated. In football, you do. Are they putting these players in the best possible positions? Are we running the right offense? Are you, did you lose the players? Have you lost the locker room? And so I look at what happened in Boston, hearing the Red Sox comments afterwards and how devastated they were as a team to lose their manager. Obviously, he hasn't lost the locker room up in Boston. But instead of, firing the manager all the time, it's time for these general managers to be held accountable because they're the ones who put the talent out there. The managers are just out there sitting in the dugout, basically, after everybody else tells them what lineup to use.
Because if you look at the Red Sox and their system, they did like a higher within above. They gave a promotion to two different people. One was the GM, now vice president of operations. Now Craig Breslow is the GM in Boston. Mm-hmm. So they're going to work together. The vice president of baseball operations is right below the owner. Like he's going to be going through. So they're all there. So that's kind of explains the theory there. Like they have almost like immunity when it comes to like everything else. But you're right. I think there is some sort of similar. You could use that in football because Brandon Beane should be held more accountable, I think, than maybe the guy they fired as their head coach.
I don't disagree with that either.
And, Brandon Beane's the guy that's got to go get draft picks, got to put the talent on the field, got to surround the coach with said talent. Now, where I think it does get a little murky between football and baseball is a lot of times the head coach and the general manager are on the same page when it comes to, like, the draft. Mm-hmm. Like, I would assume that Q is in tuned with JJ when it comes to the draft, but JJ probably takes his way. He's probably just, like, he handles all that. I would bet
if you ask Q, he has nothing to do with the draft.
I'd almost guarantee that.
Yeah.
And whereas we see the Chiefs, for instance, I just use them for the local team. Andy and Brett are back and forth every day. Like, hey, did you see this guy? No, but I did see this guy. Mm-hmm. Did you see about this receiver that's got this hidden talent that might be an undrafted free agent? Let's talk about him as well. So I wonder if, like, you could see the similarities there between GM and football, GM and baseball, whereas, yes, the Red Sox GM has to go out and get the free agents, has to decide if they're going to sign, Garrett Crochet. And I know that the reference of his tweet to the locker room being safe and sound was nothing to do with Cora, right? Mm-hmm. I think Cora is a great player's manager. He'll get hired by somebody and become their next head coach. Hell, the Mets are probably about to do the same exact thing.
The Mets should fire their guy and hire Cora right now.
And then
or the Phillies.
And you're going to see the Phillies do that. And the other thing, too, that happens with this is that in baseball, unlike football, where football, I think there's a lot more turnover from GM to head coach. And in baseball, it's always seems to be that we talked about this earlier with the Mets about how the rich seem to, piss and moan more than anybody. They just do drastic decisions because they can.
They can. They can afford it.
Right. Boston can just be like, oh, it doesn't work. We're getting rid of it. It's like,
right.
Okay, but what are you going to do now? Well, it doesn't matter. We'll just go buy the next guys and put them all together. And then again, they didn't technically fire Jason Varitek. They demoted him to a smaller role of whatever, like, hey, we don't want to have a bad look in our reputation of firing a former captain of the team.
Go work the minor league system.
Yeah, here's a check that will still clear. It's just going to be $50,000 less a week or every 2 weeks. But yeah, I mean, it's 100% accurate because, I mean, in baseball, man, those GMs, they're already looking at college players. They're looking at high school players. They're looking at, okay, what are we missing? What do we need to go get? Did we get something to fix the team? Boston, of course, will react quickly. New York has done it before. Well, they haven't really done that, like with the whole
You
system.
talking Mets or Yankees?
Well, hopefully the Mets will probably do something soon because that does seem like a managerial thing more than maybe a GM thing. Now, the GM thing, you could be like, why do we pay Soto all that money?
Yeah.
Pump the brakes. Go look at Soto's numbers last year in his first year with the Mets. They were outstanding.
Lindor is now hurt. That factors in as well,
Right, and you have to look at
But they also got rid of Pete Alonso.
Yeah.
And they've got Vientos playing first base right now, who makes you and I look like Vinny Pasquantino at first base, a Gold Glove type of first baseman. They have nobody at first base right now. They got rid of, they said anyway, Pete Alonso because they wanted better defense at first base. The defense at first base for the Mets this year has been atrocious. How's that on the manager?
And I think that the Boston situation is kind of an anomaly when it comes to teams like this because someone's saying it's, Dave Roberts may be a good manager, but with that line of Fescoe could have 5 rings. That might be true, but I could also say that would not be true because I would almost give you, and maybe this is a horrible take for some people to think about, but I don't think so. Having that much star power with that much ego and that much power and to continuously not have a problem.
It's amazing.
I mean, that's why Aaron Boone's still there. Aaron Boone hasn't won diddly poo. He's been to a World Series, lost to said Dodgers, but you've kept Bellinger, Judge, Stanton, and all these guys together and kept them away from the negative media that comes out of New York that can affect a team. Like the Yankees were 10-12 and the city was like, what is happening to our Yankees? They're doing fine.
They won 8 in a row.
And Aaron Boone keeps that team together. Now they fell into a royal slump team that they swept 3 of in New York. But again, a sweep is a sweep. You're avoiding negativity, and yet now you keep doing this. So managers are important in baseball into that regard. And so if you want to give Dave Roberts the benefit of the doubt and say, well, he's got, Freeman, Ohtani, Betts, all these guys. Yeah, but I mean, imagine having all of those guys, keeping them cool, calm, and collected in LA where they're expected to win and continue to win. Some would say that job is harder than maybe somebody who has a job like a Tampa Bay Rays coach where it's like, hey, play the analytical stuff and try to make sure it works and be successful, even though they are in first place.
Yeah, I mean, a job like Dave Roberts or a job like, that Boone has in New York is much more complicated than Tampa or Kansas City because the pressure's on as well. You better win every single game. And if you don't win every single game, what's going on? Why aren't you winning every single game? So the pressure is intense, and it is very hard to be the Dodgers manager. It's very hard to be the Yankee manager because if you don't win, you're under scrutiny every single day. You're meeting with the media twice a day on game day. And so you got to wear it if you're in New York, and it is not an easy thing to do. It is time to talk to Tammy Reed, the head coach of the head coach here on 96.5 The Fan. How you doing, Tammy? You good?
I'm super-duper. How are you?
We're doing outstanding. Now, Dusty fancies himself as a cook, and he doesn't fancy himself as a cook. He's one hell of a cook. Is he going to be better than Andy cooking burgers and brats at this event that's coming up?
No. I don't know how old Dusty is, but my husband has been cooking brats since, 1992.
Okay, that's when you moved to Wisconsin, huh?
We lived in Wisconsin, and we were like, what the heck are brats? But we soon jumped right in and are full go on brats. He does the whole boiling them with onions and all the goo. Oh, my gosh, they're so good.
Dusty, what do you put in your brats?
Yeah, I was 5 in 1992, Miss Tammy. So I mean, I've got some catching up to do. So
the experience is there.
That's great. So Tammy, you get to see Andy in his element on game days on Sunday, and it's a different aura. But seeing him in this sort of element's got to bring a really big smile to your face.
Oh yeah, because he does this for our every 4th of July. We do brats and all kinds of food, but that's one of the must-haves on 4th of July. So he's cooking brats at least once, twice a year. So, yeah, he's pretty good. And I love to see him doing it.
Yeah, because it makes your life a lot easier. See, he's manning the grill. You can just enjoy the grandkids. You can enjoy the scenery. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, right? Exactly.
Yeah, now, I retired a few years ago. So now whenever we're at family things, he's the chef.
That's the way it should
be. He loves to cook, so.
How are his burgers?
They're so good and juicy. I don't know. I think somebody's donating them, so we'll just see. I mean, he can cook them. You give him a burger, he can cook it. I think the thing with burgers and brats is the stuff you add, though. I mean, we are mayonnaise, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, all the good, sometimes avocado. So it depends on what you put on it, and a good bun makes a good burger and a brat.
So let me ask you this, Tammy. Is the perfect bun for a burger a brioche bun?
You know what? Now, people love that. I get that. And I've had a brioche bun, but I like more meat to bun ratio than bun to meat ratio.
Okay, so you want a smaller bun.
A little smaller bun. Little sesame seeds are good. I'm kind of, you know what? Give me a burger. I haven't found one really yet that I haven't loved. So.
We're talking with Tammy. Yeah, Tammy Reed, the head coach of the head coach. And we're talking about Andy Cooking because you guys got a great fundraiser coming up on May 30th from 2 to 5. There's going to be a couple of VIP tickets sold, and Andy's going to be manning the grill, cooking the burgers and the brats. Tell us all about what you guys have going on at the Harris Carney House.
Well, the Harris Carney House, if you've never been there, it's a treat. It's really one of those, it's the oldest two-story brick historical homes in Westport, and it might be in all of Kansas City. I should check that out, but it needs a lot of repairs, and so Coach and I have gotten involved. He's a huge history buff, if people didn't know that. If we're home on a Friday night, he's watching history stuff. So when he took his first visit there, he was like, are you kidding me? He loved to hear all the stories about the house and all the people that came through and going out on the trails that they left from. So we're very involved, and we want to get this place back to its original, pristine order, and there's a lot of repairs, so we need a lot of people to show up and buy your VIP ticket, and you get a picture with Coach and get to eat one of his burgers or brats and just mill around with us and chit-chat, and it will be a fun day for everybody.
Yeah, and Tammy, where can we get tickets, and when will this event take place?
WestportHistoricalKC.org is where you get your tickets, and it will be at the Harris Carney House, which just look it up. It's on the corner there. I mean, you can't miss it.
No, it's from 1855. You guys have done a nice job as well. You and Coach, spending your own money to put into this house to renovate it, and we're trying to get this thing over the finish line as well. And so thank you to you guys as well, because as much as I love history, and I know Diane Houston, who you're working with as well in all this, how passionate she is about this. So I want to thank you for rebuilding something cool here in Kansas City, but it's now just get it over that finish line. And so what are there, 50 VIP tickets or 20 VIP tickets? It's a very small group of VIP tickets being sold.
It's And
who doesn't want a burger from Andy Reid?
Who doesn't? Or a brat.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, Tammy,
I hope y'all will be there. You two better be there.
Well, I'm going to be out of town that week, and I told Diana it didn't work for me, but she said we got to do it that weekend anyway. So I'll just come over to the house and get a burger.
Yeah, I'll just call you one day, and we'll have a little burger over here.
Works for me whenever you want. I'm available.
Tammy, how do you?
Well, I appreciate y'all doing this.
How do you build your perfect burger?
Like I said, bun, mayonnaise.
Okay.
Burger, a lot of cheese. I'm a cheese girl. I'm a 3-slice cheese girl. My husband knows that. All the kids know that. They're like, oh, that's Mom's. And then I do the lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise bun top.
Okay.
I like to have mayonnaise on both sides.
All right. And what kind of cheese?
Cheddar.
Of course.
I'm a cheddar girl.
You got to have cheddar.
American, but I love cheddar. Wisconsin cheddar cheese.
Yeah, so
Heck yeah, they converted me way back when.
Well, hey, Tammy, we always end the show with saying do something nice for somebody, because you never know, it could change their day, their week, their month, their year, and you two are doing exactly that with this event. We appreciate you in Kansas City and appreciate all the kind work you continue to do with you and your husband.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate y'all promoting our little event. I hope everybody comes out and has a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be awesome. It's a picnic-style event. Hy-Vee's donating a lot of the food as well. Jay Rieger is going to be involved as well. And like we said, 20 exclusive VIP slots. There's only 150 tickets available total to the event, and there's 20 VIP spots. It is rain or shine. There'll be tents out there. Don't worry, Diane. We got that covered. And so everything is going to be wonderful on that day on May 30th, and you just want to go to WestportHistoricalKC.org and order those tickets now.
Exactly. And we'll see you at the Harris Carney House.
There you go.
May 30th.
Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you, Tammy.
All right. Thanks, y'all.
She's awesome.
I like her accent. She said, cheddar. That was great. Do you think if you took the picture with Andy, you could both be taking a bite of a burger at the same time?
Oh, that would be great, wouldn't it?
I'd frame that sucker.
Hell yeah. That's a cool event. Like, you want to do things in life. I tell my kids about this all the time. It's about experiences. It's not necessarily about the type of shoe you buy, but it's about the experience that you have, right? And having the opportunity to go raise money for the oldest house in Kansas City while Andy Reid is cooking you burgers and brats, like, I don't know what sounds better, really. And it's on a Saturday afternoon. You have nothing to worry about. The weather's going to be great. And they're going to have Rieger stuff. They're going to have food from Hy-Vee. And Andy's going to be on the grill. You're not finding that everywhere else. You'll be a very unique individual to have an opportunity to participate in that. People are like, where did you have Andy Reid cook you a burger? You'd be like, at the Harris Carney house, the oldest house in Kansas City. Let's go.
I do love a good brat.
Brat or burger?
Brat.
Rank them. Hot dog, brat, burger.
Hot dog last.
Really?
Big last.
If it's a smash burger, then I'm eating that number one. That's what I had for dinner last night. The old Blackstone. Good night for it. But like, if it's just a regular burger on the grill, I've poisoned myself, and I'm mad at myself for doing that. Like, I grew up on the thick patty on the grill, throw the cheese on at the end, and then the bun. Now I'm literally smash burger only with pickle and mustard. But I would go brat, burger, dog.
See, I would go burger, dog, brat.
Wow. Yeah, hot dogs are good. For me, unless I'm at a baseball game, no, definitely a brat. Yeah.
Every time I have a brat, I'm like, I wanted something different. You know, I wish it was more. I don't know. Maybe not enough peppers and onions on it or something.
The pineapple brat from Hy-Vee is insane. I mean, it's insane.
They had their brat sale over the weekend, too.
Yep. And then they have the jalapeno cheddar one, which is also good.
I've heard great things about that. Yes.
It's good. Yeah, if you get the jalapeno cheddar and the pineapple, the only way you can tell the difference is the little green specks from the jalapeno and the brat. So like, everyone will be like, which one's which? Be like, find the green specks. That one's going to be a little bit hotter than the other ones. Then yellow mustard or brown mustard sauerkraut.
What kind of bun do you like for your brat? See,
brioche.
It's got the money. Yeah,
I pay the money.
A softer bun, like a hard bun for a brat doesn't do it for
Paid
me.
$5.99 for 4 brioche buns last night. It is what it is. Yeah. Like, I had to do it. I'm not going any other route. I'm sorry.
Meanwhile, Tammy Reed's going with just a generic bun.
She just wants it smashed on there.
Doesn't want to get in the way. Yeah, doesn't want to get it in the way of the meat. I don't blame her.
Speaking of Andy Reid and what would you know about pressure? Who's got more? We discuss next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, before you know it, summer vacation is going to be here. And if you're headed out of town, you need to have a spot to park your car. And Park and Go is the answer to where am I going to park when I go to the airport, because they have all covered parking. And as you know, the weather we've had lately, man, if you're at the airport and you're out of town, you want your car protected. At Park and Go, every spot is covered. And every spot at Park and Go can be prepaid to save money. So when you make your reservation at bookparkandgo.com, make sure you prepay, and then you can save some dough. Show up on the day of your flight. They'll direct you to that covered parking spot that's reserved exclusively for you. And as soon as you get into that spot, the van will meet you and take you right to the airport terminal in no time at all. When you get back, just grab your bags and walk outside. Jump on the bus. It's waiting for you, and it's right back to the trunk of your car you go. So do what we did and join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Hey, it's Rex here with Rex Buys KC. I get it. Selling your house can sometimes feel overwhelming or scary, right? I've seen it too many times. A homeowner thought they had a deal, only to have the buyer back out at the last minute. That's not how we do business at Rex Buys KC. I'm local, I know Kansas City, and I make sure every deal actually closes like it's supposed to. No hidden fees, no showings, no last-minute surprises, just a fair cash offer and a process you can count on. We buy homes in any condition and judgment-free. So whether your house needs repairs or you just want a fast, hassle-free sale, we can make it happen. If you want certainty, transparency, and someone local who actually delivers, call 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com. Rex Buys KC, helping people make smart choices one home at a time. 816-330-6000 or rexbuyskc.com.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a data analyst.
Hey, what model did you use for these quarterly projections?
Astrology. If Mercury's in retrograde, sales tank. If Venus is rising, we crush Q4.
You built our revenue forecast off horoscopes?
Yeah, the Zodiac never lies.
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
If you own a business, you've heard it all. From fast funding to easy approvals, everyone says the same thing. LendSeek is different. We show you what you actually qualify for. LendSeek's AI-enabled platform matches you with funding options with no guesswork. Up to $5 million in as fast as 24 hours. If you've been in business over a year, doing at least $50,000 per month, apply for free with zero out-of-pocket costs and access to over 100 lenders. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LendSeek.com.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and you know baseball's back. BetMGM, the official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. All season long, you can log into the BetMGM app and receive top-tier promos that put you in the batter's box and up the excitement for America's pastime. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB same-game parlay boosts. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB odds boost tokens and MLB parlay boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. Existing customer offers subject to eligibility requirements. Please gamble responsibly.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Kansas side 70 eastbound reopen at 435, but you should still take 435 because just past 435, you bog down at 94th Street and it crawls over to 78th where you've only got one lane open. Westbound lanes also choked down to one lane at 78th with cleanup on that side. Delays not quite back to 57th. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Back at it on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens, all with you.
You think Murakami's already got the Rookie of the Year wrapped up, you said?
I don't want to say yes, but what he's doing and what McGonigal is doing is almost a carbon copy of what we saw last year with teammates in with the Athletics. Yeah. Jacob Wilson was the front runner for basically the entire year because he was hitting something stupid like 60. And then he, kind of fizzled down to an atrocious 330. Mm-hmm. And it kind of seemed like while he was starting to kind of tail off the heat, his teammate Nick Kurtz just started going crazy. Like he had the 4 home run game in Houston last year, and he would end up winning Rookie of the Year, having the season that he had. And when you look at what McGonigal's doing, he's doing it on all facets of the game. But Murakami is doing some insane stuff.
He is, and they compared him to Shohei Ohtani, first 125 at-bats of their careers in the majors, and Murakami is slugging 592, Ohtani 536. Yeah. Murakami, 12 home runs, Shohei, 6. 17.5% walk percentage, 12% for Shohei Ohtani. He's putting up better numbers in his first 125 at-bats than Shohei Ohtani did. Will that continue? Probably not. But at least the way to start this career, that's been a hell of a signing by the White Sox. And I think right now, probably, Dusty, the leader in the clubhouse to get that Rookie of the Year. And again, it's still April. We're a month into the season. Mm-hmm. But after that first month, I think you have to look at it and say, man, this guy is just lightning right now. And everybody's loving what he's doing.
Wherever you get your sportsbook stats, whether it be BetMGM, DraftKings, FanDuel, right now, from what I'm looking at, Murakami plus 155, Kevin McGonigal plus 220, and then the young kid in Cleveland, DeLauder, he's at plus 500. That's your American League Rookie of the Year race. Carter Jensen, for those wondering, fifth best odds at plus 1,700.
I wonder what Bazana. I know how to say it. Bazana. I wonder what he's going to do when he gets up here today at the big league level. And I wonder how his odds are going to kind of skyrocket because people are going to be interested to see what he can do.
For sure. I mean, he's part of that wave that we're seeing baseball transition to. In the National League, South Stewart, who's hitting everything in sight, is the leader there. Nolan McLean, the pitcher for the Mets, who's on the World Baseball Classic team, he's second, and then J.J. Weatherholt's third when it comes to that. Connor Griffin, plus 1,100. But again, odds will come out more and more throughout the season. I'm interested to watch Murakami and McGonigal actually battled out. But when it comes to the football season, we ask the famous question all the time, who's got more pressure or who can handle it more? And when it comes to
what would you know about pressure?
I asked the question this year is who's under more pressure? Is it Andy Reid and getting this offense back to where it can be with Patrick Mahomes, the addition of Ken Walker, the new wide receiver coach, the offensive coordinator comes in? Or is it back to getting Spags and that defense at a respectable level of like a top 5 defense and being the one that can do the Spags things because of what they saw in the draft? So do you think there's more pressure from maybe the fan base? I don't know if that's the right way to look at where the pressure's coming, but do you think Andy has more to get it right offensively that's been kind of stale the last couple of years, or Spags to get it back to that sort of Spags-style defense where third and long is dead in the water? It's not getting completed.
Yeah, I feel like Spags, and this is maybe not the case. I feel like he has a free Spagnuolo. How bad was that defense last year? It was pretty rough last year, right? Yeah. And couldn't get off the field on third down. Didn't give up a lot of touchdowns, but my God, they could not get off the field. And we never once said anything about Steve Spagnuolo. We legitimately, on this show, people questioned, is Andy Reid losing it as an offensive play caller? Meanwhile, Steve Spagnuolo's defense is giving up every 3rd and 14 under the sun, and we're like, Chris Jones, get your ass up.
Yes.
Like, nobody wanted to blame Steve Spagnuolo. And so the pressure, I would say, is on Andy just because that seems the normal way here. But the pressure really is on Steve Spagnuolo. They showed you what the issue were with this team. They were a defensive-heavy draft this year. They know their players weren't there. Now you've got the players on defense. Now it's up to Steve Spagnuolo to make them work because the players are here. They're young. They're fast. They're at positions of need. You traded up for a guy. You got another guy on the defensive line. I don't know. Maybe Spags ought to step it up a little bit. Legitimately questioning Andy Reid on this show. But Steve Spagnuolo, I've not heard one person go, maybe Spags didn't have a good year.
Well, I think the draft showed us that they thought they were on a talent deficit on the defensive end. So that's at least some of my reasoning for maybe giving Spags, like you said, a pass. Because I agree, it seems like he does kind of get that in Kansas City. But he's put together great units, and he's some of the main reasons we've had the success. But yeah, I mean, if you look at what they've drafted, they said, okay, we weren't good enough on defense.
Yeah.
Andy Reid, you weren't good enough for the offense because they didn't add a lot there. They said this works. This should be good. Andy, figure it out. So the pressure starts this year for Spags, but Andy, sorry, bud, it's here.
I mean, the biggest offensive addition was Chad O'Shea trying to coach the wide receivers.
Yes.
I mean, seriously, it is.
Yes, Bieniemy, O'Shea, that was it.
No, but I think O'Shea is a bigger addition because we finally have an adult in that room.
Yeah, I agree.
You have a running backs coach coaching wide receivers.
Yeah,
yes.
or somebody that should never have been a coach in the NFL, period.
Get bent.
So I think the pressure's now on Steve Spagnuolo because you've got players now on that side of the ball.
The trade up, I think, added the most amount.
because they said that was their guy. Like, right, Tate's gone. That was their dream it, wish it, want it, do it. That Tate guy was there for Ohio State. Then he's gone. Like, they said, Veach said that. Once Tate was gone, we knew where we were shifting to.
Right.
They move up to 6. They get their guy, the guy that they think can be the person in the Spags system. They also draft a defensive lineman, a defensive edge, another corner. So I look at this as they're saying, and I think the text line said it at best, it was a coaching problem on the offense and a lack of a run game, which running back coordinator, running back coach, different wide receiver coach, and it was a player personnel thing on defense.
Yep.
So great text and also great point, because it is exactly that. Like, people are like, well, they didn't do anything to get Patrick Mahomes any better. Well, they have somebody in a room that can talk to these wide receivers and maybe get a new sort of message across.
They
to
got
help
a
them.
running game, for God's sakes.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how much they rely on said running game.
Well, you're paying that guy a premium. You better damn well use him, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll use it.
Yeah. I mean,
they'll use it.
Stop with the nonsense. They didn't do anything to get Patrick Mahomes better. They legitimately spent $13 million a year to give him a running game.
Yeah. So use it. 100%. Like, when your kid wants that expensive Christmas gift, I want a piano or I want a keyboard. Damn, that thing's going to be $500. Boy, I hope she uses it. If it just collects dust, what was the point of buying it? Right?
No, it's, yeah.
But I think that's
100%.
I think that's also going to change, like, the whole scheme of, like, the Andy Reid offense. Like, that's what I'm most excited about to see this year. Is, like, now there won't be just RPO, Mahomes go do something. I think now will be more so like, hey, we have this running back, we have this offensive line that we trust, that we think can be a top 5 offensive line. We have these wide receiver coaches to coach these wide receivers a new way of doing it, because now we're going to use the run to incorporate the pass instead of the pass to incorporate the run, if that makes any sort of sense.
Yeah, so no, I absolutely think they improved on offense from a talent standpoint. They drafted, the Emmett Johnson kid out of Nebraska, who is supposed to be a unbelievable talent on the offense. They went out and obviously they drafted a wide receiver, another undrafted wide receiver, a couple of those guys. Not that, but to sit here and say they didn't do anything to help Patrick Mahomes is effed up, because they did. They legitimately went and gave him a portion of an offense that they totally did not have for the last couple of years, and that's a running game. They gave Patrick Mahomes a lot this offseason.
913-586-7965. Coming up next, it's Start Bench Cut Time, brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow. Send some of yours in. We'll give you some of ours. 913-586-7965. We do Start Bench Cut next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at QC Kinetics are tired of you being in pain. I'm tired of you being in pain, and I know you are tired of being in pain as well. And with at QC Kinetics, their medical team and their long-lasting regenerative treatments are here for you and for your joint pain. They're helping patients with pain from arthritis or injury in their knees, shoulder, hips, and lower back. And now they're moving to sleeping and golfing and running without surgery or long recoveries. The science is real. The treatments are natural. Your body already knows how to heal, and QC Kinetics finally gives it the right tools. There's no operating room, there's no hardware, there's no watching summer come and go from a recliner. It's just you sitting back and getting back to being you, the version of you that doesn't map out a route based on where you can sit to avoid stairs. And now's the time, because the longer the inflammation sits, the more damage it does. So now get to QC Kinetics and get that free consultation on the books, because that's where better starts, at QC Kinetics. Call them today at 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off of 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299. It's QC Kinetics.
DQ presents The $7 meal deal. A delicious meal serving up serious value. We're talking 100% white meat, seasoned chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and of course, a classic DQ sundae. Because come on, no meal is complete without a sweet treat. All for just $7. And now you can try it with the new honey sriracha dip. The DQ $7 meal deal. A satisfying meal full of big flavor for great value. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where fine jewelry is always crafted with care no matter the price. Mother's Day, birthdays and graduations, weddings and anniversaries, the new job you got, and even the one you didn't. Give a birthstone necklace, a heart-shaped locket made in Italy, or high-quality diamond studs you can trade up every year. At Shane Company, we have something for everyone, because a friend wants you to win the gifting game. Visit us in store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
There's nothing like the sound of Royals baseball. When the boys in blue take the field, loyal fans tune in, turn it up, and stay connected. And where do Kansas City's most passionate sports fans gather? Right here on 96.5 The Fan. Sports fans are loyal fans. They support the teams they love and the businesses that support their team. If you're ready to grow your business and connect with a dedicated, engaged audience, call 816-522-0444 or email greg.bergen@odyssey.com. That's greg.bergen@odyssey.com.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Royals coverage is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City.
Brought to you by Blue KC is the Coaches with Character program. Do you know a rock star high school coach in your district? Nominate them for the Blue KC Coaches with Character program at bluekc.com/nominate coaches with character. Let's make our coaches feel special and make our community a better place to live, work, and play.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Kansas side 70 eastbound at 78th Street. Now 2 lanes getting by, but long delays still a factor back to 435. Westbound side, you've got only 1 lane getting by with delays beyond College Parkway. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Hey, Royals fans, it's Seth Lugo. Don't miss Vern's On Deck show 1 hour before first pitch right here on 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. Here's Fescoe, Dusty, and Mac with this week's edition of Start, Bench, Cut.
That's right, it's Start, Bench, Cut time, 9 o'clock on a Tuesday, brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow. Get in the know with Jay's Southland Tow. I do want to get you in the know. This is some news that's kind of important. The Miriam City Council voted 8-0 to allow bars and restaurants to serve alcohol for 23 hours a day during the World Cup.
Good. Should be that way.
In fact, if you know our guy, Rob Brenton, he does a podcast with Scott Parks, Beyond the Pitch KC, giving you all information about the World Cup. You might know who their guest is this week, talking about that very law. What?
Maloney?
Could be.
Heck
oh,
yeah.
wow.
Could be.
Maybe.
Could be Rob, could be Ron, could be Scott. But that's a very big topic going into this World Cup, because I know I've gone around with Drew, my guy from Surfside, and we were talking to some people at Llewellyn's in Kansas and Lee Summit, and talking to like people around like Stewie McBrews, and be like, you guys gonna? Because I don't know. I mean, I assume most games that we'll see will be normal time our time. I don't know what the schedule's
yeah,
gonna be,
but people
there could be games at 8 a.m.
No, they just like to go out and drink. That's really all it is. And the culture in Europe is a nighttime culture. You don't eat dinner till 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and You're up till 4 in the morning, and that's normal. And then you get up at 10 o'clock, and maybe you go to work for an hour or two, then you start all over again.
I like that.
Yeah, it's awesome. No, it's sick.
We're adapting to the culture of the people that are coming here. They want to spend money at a certain time.
Yes.
We got to be open and ready to go. It just makes sense.
Dude, what?
No, I was eating dinner at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. in Spain. That's just the way it is.
It is the way it is. Yeah, you just
that.
adjust and adapt.
Families and kids eating dinner at 10 p.m.
Yeah. It's a late culture, and so we've got to adapt to the visitors that are coming to spend the money here in Kansas City. The last thing you want to do is have everything closed when they're looking to go out and spend their dough. You got to do what the guests want. Customers at this point.
Oh, this is brutal. You remember, New York Post is pretty credible, right?
Yeah.
Victims of the Titan sub that went to go see the Titanic that it imploded.
Yes.
Did you see how they got their family members back?
No.
In a bag?
Basically. We didn't see the bodies for 9 months. One of the victims' mother said, when I saw the bodies, it was slush that was left. They came in 2 small boxes, like shoe boxes. Just stay in the ocean.
I don't need it.
You could.
Why do we need to? Yeah.
Don't need it.
What in the world? Start bench cut. Here we go. We go with draft picks. Who's your favorite? Don't know anything about him really, but Delane, Woods, or Emmett. Start bench cut out of favoritism that you like the most.
Favoritism. I'll start Emmett. I'll bench Delane and I'll cut Woods.
Man, this is tough. I like. Oh, these are 3 awesome guys.
It's not an easy question, and I'm not being flippant about it to cut Woods or anything like that.
Not.
But I really like Emmett's possibilities in this offense.
No, me too. I'll for different reasons start Woods, bench Delane. I will cut Emmett just because I don't think we'll see him in this offense a lot till later in the season. But I'm very, very, very excited about one of my draft crushes.
Speaking of later in the season, we go to the Royals, who play tonight against the Sacramento A's. 8:40, Josh Vernier at 7:30 on 96.5 The Fan. Who leads this team in home runs? Start bench cut. Cags, Carter, Sal.
I'll start Carter, I'll bench Sal, and I'll cut Cags. I really want Sal to be that guy. I need to get him. I need him to pass George this year. Not because I want George to be passed, but he needs to pass George this year. Because I know they're going to be in next year.
Do you know how many that is?
At the beginning of the season, I think he was like 12 or so behind, something like that.
Very doable.
Yeah. Oh, it's very
doable.
He should do it this year. I think George has got either 312 or 318, and Salvi's obviously over 300 now.
Okay.
So
George with 317.
317.
All right.
Salvador Perez, 307.
So you got 10 home runs to go.
So 11 to beat it.
Boy.
11 to beat it.
11 in 5 months. That's 2 a month.
You should be able to do that,
You
Salvador
should
Perez.
be able to do that, right? You guys want to see him beat George?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Absolutely.
And George does as well, I'm sure.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah. Also, it makes your franchise look better.
It
George
does,
should not lead your franchise as the all-time home run hitter. He was not a home run hitter.
No.
But when you play 20 years for one team, you have that opportunity.
Exactly. Badass. I'll do Carter, Cags, Sal. Not what I want, but what I think.
Okay. We go to Cooks. Start bench cut. Bobby Flay, Guy Fieri, Gordon Ramsay. Those are the 3 of my favorites. I know there's others out there, but I feel like those 3 are the ones you see all the time.
Yeah, none of them pop to me as I got to keep this guy. But I could cut all 3 of those. I'll start Gordon Ramsay because I don't know enough about him. I'll bench Bobby Flay, and then I'll cut Guy because he's everywhere.
Yeah, I'll do the same order. Guy just feels like a really good eater. I haven't seen him cook a lot. I'm sure it's great. But yeah, Gordon and Bobby, I know what I'm getting.
Yeah, Bobby's number 1 on my list.
Really?
Yeah, he's like top 5 man crushes. John Mayer, number 1. Bobby Flay, probably number 2. Number 3, Bobby Slay. His show, Beat Bobby Flay, is insane. He's just a dude, man. He's just cool hand Luke. All right, let's go to meats. Meatloaf, roast beef, like a roast in the oven, or a brisket?
I'll start meatloaf, I'll bench brisket, and I'll cut the roast. The roast just sounds...
Roast
beast. It's just like,
You didn't eat a lot of that as a kid?
We had roast,
Like a pot roast?
Yeah, this is where I don't know if this
yeah.
is like a Midwestern thing where like mama put the roast in the oven, put the beef stock in there, later add the carrots, later add the potatoes.
Yeah. So good.
Mother of mercy.
So good. I'll start that bench brisket cut meatloaf. I love all three of these things so much.
I always tell you guys, I am an anti-meatloafer. I'm going to make a smoked meatloaf on Sunday for the first time ever.
Come on, baby.
I'll bring you guys leftovers if you want. I don't know how you guys feel about it. If you want to try it, it'll be cooked on the Traeger. I'm going to wrap it in bacon. I'm going to make it with a pound of sausage and a pound of brisket. Make my own beef stock sauce. Homemade mashed potatoes, green beans. Ain't done. Never done it before. It's either going to fail or it's going to be phenomenal.
I hate never doing things and then doing them. It's
Well, see,
so...
you talk about anxiety. Like, there's a reason why I haven't done a brisket. A, they're expensive. B, never done it before. 3, failure. Like, oh, man. $70 brisket down the drain.
That's the thing. Nothing's cheap. And if you mess it up, you're throwing it out.
We go to the seasons, the mid-seasons, right? Midterm season. Do you like mid-spring, so like May, midsummer, June, or mid-fall, September the best?
You know, I was telling Jen the other day, I said from about the middle of April to Memorial Day is the best time of year. So I will lead and start mid-spring. I will bench mid-summer because it's not quite hot. And then I'll get rid of mid-fall because we're getting closer to winter.
I'll start mid-spring, same reasoning. I'll bench mid-fall because I like the winter, I like the cold, and that means football's happening, and that means pot roasts are being cooked, all those sorts of things. And then, yeah, midsummer, I love it too, but yeah, I don't know. More chance for heat. Cut.
Somebody says, that sounds amazing, but no way that is a meatloaf. I literally looked up like 5 recipes, and it was like it's 2 pounds of meat, and if you want to be creative, you do a pound of beef and a pound of sausage. With the egg, breadcrumb, onion, and then wrap it in bacon, bathe it in a nice barbecue sauce.
Do you have eggs for binding?
Yep.
Okay, this sounds like a meatloaf.
I really don't have much patience for somebody who comes into our kitchen and tries to tell us that that's not a meatloaf. It is an effing loaf of meat, pal.
I was going to say, like, and then if I want to eat a leftover, I'll put the leftovers on the Blackstone.
Well, I was going to say, you put it on the Blackstone, right?
That's what I'm saying. So if I have leftover, do you want like a sliver? Because then you can put it on your
Blackstone.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll bring you guys
absolutely,
some. I'm not going to eat 2 pounds of meat,
Well,
bro.
it's not a meatloaf. It's just...
Oh, it's a meat log. How about this for the last one on Start Bench Cut?
Wonder why I drink.
What would be more entertaining for you? A walk-up song, a closer song, or a fighter song like UFC, etc., WWE, that sort of thing?
I'll go with the fighter song to start because it'll be on longer. So you get more of the music. Then a closer song because that's on longer. And then a walk-up song's real quick.
The closer songs are sick. Like when Lucas Erceg comes into the game, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, but you better. But to me, it's almost overdone. Like
you gotta earn it.
Yeah, like there's too many of these guys that just aren't that good.
You heard Sandman in New York. You knew the game was over.
The game was over. I mean, and obviously that's where it started. It should, obviously. Guy never blew a save. But now we're doing it for every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there. And I'm like, come on. Does Lucas Erceg really need a walk-in song?
Bro, he's the E-Sig, man. Come on. Yeah, same order, though. This is the best order. I think the ceiling for the fight song is just too high. I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin, you hear the glass crash or whatever, you're in. You're locked in. So, yeah, give me that.
I do love the closer entrance song. But I'm with Bob. It just kind of liquidated. Because, like, what was the guy's name that's now in the Dodgers? But, Diaz.
Oh, yeah.
The horn, the trumpet. Timmy Trumpet.
Yeah.
And then the Mets didn't sign him, and they signed Devin Williams, and he sucks.
I wonder how many blown saves they have this year.
The Mets, all of them.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of the games, they're not close. I can't believe they got a score by the Rockies. And the Rockies said,
Rockies swept the damn doubleheader from them and the series.
Yeah. Somebody says you'll never eat meatloaf any other way, Dustman. I hope so.
If you're a Bobby Flay guy, try the meatloaf. Bobby Flay meatloaf, they said.
Yeah.
It's the only one they make.
I didn't do that.
Oh, the favorite's out for next year's #1 pick in the NFL draft.
Oh, shocker. We already know who it is.
I already know who it is.
Yeah, it's Arch Manning.
No, the team.
Miami Dolphins.
Oh.
We'll get to it next because you're not right.
Somebody says start, bench, cut, Tom, Dick, or Harry.
Starting Tom, benching Harry, and, I'm Vrabling the other one.
Oh.
I love Dick.
There you go. Coming up next, Royals-Mets comparison plus Bob's tease he just gave you on who's picking first in the draft next year. Gotta be the Jets. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Matt Quattrero, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
And we got Aaron Rodgers news coming up as well. But at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2, they're here for you guys. They're trying to build strong partnerships between members, business partners, customers, and community. And there's absolutely no cost to become a partner contractor with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. So if you're an HVAC contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and the economic conditions. The Sheet Metal Workers will help adjust the size, the skills, and deployment of your workforce to maximize effectiveness during times when you need it the most. They'll provide the best trained manpower specifically for the HVAC industry, along with training for your current employees. And there's absolutely no downside. It's completely free with zero obligations. Just straightforward information on how they can help grow your business and your profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're an old union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
Hey guys, it's Rob Brennan from The Drive on 96.5 The Fan, and we're excited to announce the launch of Beyond the Pitch KC, a limited podcast series documenting the run-up to the upcoming World Cup with our friends over at 98.1 KMBZ.
And I'm Scott Parks from Dane and Parks on KMBZ. Beyond the Pitch KC features the biggest names who helped make the World Cup in Kansas City possible. And there was a lot of work, plus the major storylines heading into this summer's tournament.
This is so much more. This isn't just a podcast about soccer.
No, you're right, Rob. It's a podcast about Kansas City, for Kansas City, telling the story of how our town is hosting the world's biggest sporting event.
New episodes drop every Wednesday starting on March 4th, along with video clips that can be seen on 96.5 The Fan and KMBZ social channels.
So make sure you subscribe. Download Beyond the Pitch KC with Rob Brennan and myself, Scott Parks, on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens. You know me. I love doing golf things. I love talking golf, playing golf, and I love having Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka on the golf course, and you can do it too this season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. So this spring, look out for the brand new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry iced tea and lemonade, and oh yeah, blackberry iced tea and lemonade, because there's no bubbles, no troubles. Cheers to hitting the fairways, and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21 and older. Please drink responsibly.
Dispatch, this is Mindy at CM Mo's & Sons.
Well, boy, it's getting hot out there. Now, if your AC is making funny noises, just needs a once-over, or your home isn't as cool as it used to be, visit cmmosandSons.com. CM Mo's & Sons. License 202919.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
It is not hard to destroy a college. Last season, the podcast Campus Files brought you stories of fraternity drug rings, stolen body parts, campus cults, and more.
And now, Campus Files is back for another season.
There's a guy screaming into his phone. He's like, I just saw Charlie Kirk get assassinated right in front of me.
Every week is a new episode and a new story.
It was so chaotic.
It's almost like a university under siege.
Listen to and follow Campus Files. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello?
Hey, sis. Got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
Take a look at the picture I just sent you. I'm walking into Hellsburg and want to get Mom something special for Mother's Day.
Yeah, she's done so much for us this year. Let's see. Diamond pendant. Oh, she'd love this.
Great. I'll get this, which means you're in charge of flowers.
Okay, deal.
This Mother's Day, save up to 50% on timeless gifts for mom. Shop at a store near you or at Hellsberg.com.
Today, expect cloudy skies with a chance of rain showers and a high of 60.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Epic parties start at Staples. Now you can grab Party City balloons, decorations, and tableware, plus matching custom invites, banners, and more right at Staples. That was easy.
The countdown to the World Soccer Championship is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are, that's the benefit of blue. Visit bluekc.com/benefit of blue for more information. You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
This should have been on the Rossini playlist.
No, this is actually a good song. The songs she had on her list were not good songs. Is this guy's real name? Dancing with the Wolves actor Nathan Chasing Horse was sentenced to life in prison.
Why did he get sentenced?
He's a creep. Yeah.
Jeez.
Child neglect, abuse, all that sort of stuff, trafficking, all that sort of stuff.
Get bent.
Actor Nathan Chasing Horse.
Never heard of him. I never did either.
It's like Jungle to Jungle. My name is Mimi Siku. What's it mean? Cat piss. Great movie, Disney Plus. Did you guys ever watch the movie 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri?
No.
I just saw like a trailer for that. It won a bunch of awards, and I don't know. I just thought about that, thinking of like HBO Max and streaming devices. Anyways, sorry, random thought. You had something you want to talk about. Who's taking the number 1 pick in next year's
Who do you
draft?
think the favorite is to get the number 1 pick next year?
You already said it's not Miami.
It's not Miami.
And it's not the Jets. Well, I'm going to say the Jets.
Okay.
Arizona.
Browns? Yeah, Arizona.
It is Arizona.
Yeah,
the favorite to be the number 1 pick overall at plus 275. The Dolphins come in at plus 375, followed by the Jets, then the Raiders. Those are your top 4 teams. The Browns will round out your top 5.
I would take those odds with the Dolphins. I think their roster is way worse.
Chiefs are one of the last odds. They're 150-1 to get the last pick. The only teams with worse odds than the Chiefs, or however you want to describe it. Detroit 175-1. Buffalo, Seattle, and Buffalo and Seattle 200-1. Baltimore and the Rams 250-1. Tell you, there's that Ravens love again. That team's winning the GD Super Bowl, man.
Yeah.
I mean, God, like you would have thought they just uncovered Patrick Mahomes Part 2, or got the 10-year younger version of Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. I mean, they're talking up the Ravens like it's unbelievable, man.
Is Skylar Thompson the quarterback for the Dolphins?
Has to
Malik
be.
Willis.
Yeah, I think.
That's right.
Malik
That's right.
Willis.
Yeah, it's Malik Willis. Yeah, it's Malik Willis. But then after that, I mean, it's
And
Malik,
they got rid of Waddle. They got rid of Hill. They don't have Darren Waller.
So yeah, it's Achane is their best player, and then Malik Washington will be their leading receiver.
So they really are the same team as Arizona. Arizona's Malik Willis is just a little bit more experienced.
Yep.
Achane, Love,
mm-hmm.
except I guess Arizona might.
They've got Jeremiah Love, Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr.,
and
Trey
Trey
McBride. No, it's it's way more talented.
I mean, when you look at those 3 teams that are at the top right now, Arizona, the Dolphins, and the Jets, the odds to get the number 1 overall pick, all 3 of those have a desperate need for Arch Manning. And if you're Arch Manning and you're looking at those 3 teams at the top of the draft, hell no. I'll stay at Texas for another year.
Yes.
I mean, and that's what you're going to start to factor in, guys. I mean, we're going to start to see it where it's not worth it. There was a gentleman drafted the other day in like the 7th round, I think is where we saw him picked, and he was making more money it's Carson Beck. Carson Beck's made more money at Miami than he is going to go be the backup quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. And so if you have an opportunity to stay in school now, obviously being that first overall pick is a $50 million windfall for somebody. You're not going to make that in college. But if it's a $50 million windfall from the Jets, is that something that you are willing to embark on? I don't know what the answer to that question is. I saw a quote from, I think it was Todd McShay, who said, I'd rather be the 7th round pick of the Chiefs at quarterback than the 2nd round pick of the Browns at quarterback. And that is true. I mean, the situations do matter. And Arch Manning is going to make money. The problem is, if he's going to go number 1, no matter what year you're going to a bad franchise, you have to hope that it's a franchise that was just taken over by Andy Reid. That ain't happening anytime soon to anybody else in the NFL. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the Mannings, who have a track record, okay? They got a track record, how they're going to handle next year. Because I'll be honest with you, if it was my son, and the older I get, the more I look at this stuff, I don't want my son playing for the Jets or the Dolphins or the Arizona Cardinals. Those teams suck. And they're not going to put my kid in the best possible position to have success because there's no infrastructure around these teams.
I wonder if my future prediction is going to be correct. Because I think that the Arizona Cardinals are going to suck so bad that Trey McBride's going to want out. And where else would you want to go as a successful tight end that really wants to win, that has a chance to win now? Kansas City. Have they paid Trey McBride yet? Because something tells me in the back of my ear and a little tiny voice, yes, Dusty, they have paid him. But I don't know for a fact.
He signed a 4-year, $76 million extension. Yeah, runs through 2029.
Okay. So, yeah.
19 a year.
So they've got basically 2 years. Does he have an opt-out?
I can go to his spot rack here.
If you don't mind. I just wonder if his opt-out is like 2027. No opt?
Nope.
Damn it.
Nope.
Do they do opt-outs in the NFL, or is that a baseball thing?
Yeah, I don't really know. There's not like player options.
They have team options all the time.
Everything's a team option in the NFL.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a team option in the NFL.
Yeah, there's no like void or anything here. This is kind of just, this is what it is. And it's actually more backloaded. So the money will be increasing as we go along.
Yeah. And again, as it gets more and more and more, does that put him out of the market? Eventually, the Chiefs are going to have to get back into the market for some of this kind of stuff, right? You can't keep pushing the can down the road. And maybe that's what happens once they open the new stadium and they have obviously more ancillary income that they can go out there and spend. But I don't want to be in this time frame where we're going, can they afford that guy? You know, well, they can next year. You're taking Travis Kelce off the books most likely, right? And you're replacing a $15 million contract with a $17 million contract for a guy that's 10 years younger. I don't see how that's a bad deal for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's pretty much a wash. In fact, you probably end up on the plus side a little bit because you're getting a guy that's a little bit younger. And so you're not spending much more money than you're already spending on Travis. And if that's a situation that you want to address next offseason where they're looking to get rid of McBride out there and he wants to go, yeah, you can have those conversations as long as you're not paying Travis another $15 million next year. Then you have the freedom at that position to kind of go out there and spend. And as we talked about yesterday, they'll have more freedom to go out there and spend because they're not spending money on backup quarterbacks anymore to a tune of $8 million per year.
Speaking of backup quarterbacks, I got it wrong. Skylar Thompson with the Steelers, as the K-State fans come through the text line, and their quarterback is Aaron Rodgers?
Well, it may be. I don't know. The news today is that they haven't extended him, but they put an offer sheet in front of him that gives him 10% more than what he made last year. They're calling it a right of first refusal tender. Means that he can accept a 10% raise off of last year's salary, which would pay him about $15 million this season. And now the Steelers would have the right to match any offer sheet that he would sign with anybody. Who's offering this guy?
Yeah, so that's what Drew and I were kind of discussing in here. Like, what are teams that would want him, or what are teams that he would want to go to? He wants to go to a good team. He wants to have a chance to win. I don't think the Vikings are doing it. We talked about that last season. I think they're kind of in on Kyler Murray.
Yeah, they're done there. I mean, if you go and sign Aaron Rodgers now or try to sign Aaron Rodgers at this point, if you're the Vikings, now you really got problems with your roster.
I mentioned the Colts. He could come help them for 6 or 7 weeks.
Potentially.
Win 5 or 6 games.
Yeah.
Maybe win that starting job by the time Daniel Jones is healthy and be in a contender in the AFC South.
I know they have Kirk Cousins, but why not the Raiders?
Because they have Kirk Cousins. And they've already invested a lot in that position. The same thing I would say with, who did you just mention?
The Colts.
The Colts, yeah. They have a lot of money invested in that quarterback position. I wouldn't be doing that if I was
Riley Leonard, right?
Yeah, I don't know if they like him, but they do have him.
Yeah, the Colts know they're out. Anybody who's got that big money tied up, nobody's offering this guy. Who wants this guy around? OTAs, minicamp, all that is now officially underway around the NFL, right? And this guy doesn't show up to this kind of stuff. He's already in, quote unquote, the Pittsburgh Steelers, community right now. If I'm an outside team and I'm bringing Aaron Rodgers in at this point, I'm doing a major disservice to my organization. We're not moving forward with Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback for any organization at this point in time. The only place where he fits is Pittsburgh. And if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm like, oh, we got nobody else. But there's no other fit for Aaron. Signing an offer sheet. Who's coming after Aaron Rodgers right now? You don't even know if the guy wants to play.
If I was Houston, I might call.
Back up?
Yeah. Because if CJ is cursed or he is just completely lost it, that defense is good enough. And it's a safety option. Maybe if you're San Francisco, you give him a call.
Yeah, I like that.
because obviously from there, California kid.
If he's cool with being the backup, I love that sort of thing.
That's the thing.
If
Is he going to
I
start?
was going to say, where in San Francisco is there an opening, though?
Behind Brock.
That guy ain't going to be a backup.
That's the thing. He's not going to do that.
That's
it.
He's going to be, yeah.
I'm not talking about Aaron Rodgers going to be a backup somewhere. The guy wouldn't shepherd in the guy in Green Bay at the time.
Because I love the Texans' idea, too. That'd be smart for them.
No, it would not. I don't think so. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the guy you want around now with C.J. Stroud.
On paper, it is, but you're right, because of the personalities. And I don't know about if it would work for C.J. Stroud. Is he that guy that would put the fire under his ass, or would that make him shrink? I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is the right influence either on C.J. Stroud. I just don't think he's the right guy. I just don't think there's anywhere that matches up that has the need or wants that guy other than Pittsburgh. And again, it's too late now, man. We're going on to May 1st at the end of the week. And if he hasn't made his mind up yet with a team that he's already part of, with a coach that he knows, why do I want to bring more drama, more questions, more nonsense to my team? If you bring Aaron Rodgers into your team at this point in time, you have created unnecessary drama. And people do not like that in professional sports. That guy, go to Pittsburgh or just sit on your couch, man.
Get bent.
I mean, I feel like it's I don't know why it wouldn't be Pittsburgh. I understand. Like, the other thing I don't understand is, it's not a big deal if he goes to, OTAs and stuff like that. He's 44. He's done these his whole life.
I think for a new team, if you're going to bring him in as your starting quarterback, he has to be there.
Yeah,
it's not for him.
Yeah, but we're saying he's not going to go to a new team. So I think that'd be irrelevant. I think he's going to stay in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but new coach.
Yeah, new coach. Yeah, even though you know that guy.
Yeah, they know each other. And I think that's part of the reason this is going on, too. I think he's like, if it was Tomlin, he would already let the know Steelers he's coming back. I respect Tomlin. But it's just it's my ex-wife.
Do they not get along? I mean, I don't. They won a Super Bowl together, for God's sakes. Now, not that matters, but do they not get along? I don't know the answer to that.
I thought they left not loving each other, but
I think it was one of those, each ego blame the other ego.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the day, the real fans were like, well, they didn't really give Aaron anything to work with. Which you could debate that as well.
Rodgers has recently praised McCarthy as a, quote, great guy with a, quote, huge heart.
Yeah, he was on McAfee's show saying that, wasn't he?
Yep. Described their connection as enduring.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I mean, a great guy with a great, it doesn't mean I like the guy, but he is a great guy to everybody. It just doesn't work with me. You know?
Well, I'm glad that you say you like that guy, because now I want you to know if you need/want. We did this earlier with offensive players. You kind of gave away a defensive player that you like, which I think is a very popular name. But we talked about this earlier. We saw the offensive players open for free agency. A lot of guys on defense still available out there that you could bring on this Chiefs team. We did this earlier with offensive players, like a want and a need. Obviously, a want is kind of like the wish, and the need is the thing that you think that could impact this team immediately. And when you look at defensive players that are available, I'll spare on linebackers, even though some people might say I wouldn't mind Bobby Wagner here or Kenneth Murray. But cornerbacks available, CB, cornerbacks, L'Jarius Sneed, Marshawn Lattimore, Travion Diggs, and Rasul Douglas. Edge rushers still available, Joey Bosa, Leonard Floyd, Cameron Jordan, AJ Epinesa, Hassan Reddick, and Kyle Van Noy, Bob's favorite football player. Karen Van Noy back in the day. Interior defensive linemen, Calais Campbell, DJ Reader, Shelby Harris, Larry Ojimano, Liberty. What's the want and what's the need names on that list for you guys?
The only name that is interesting to me is Cam Jordan on that entire list. I think he's the one that can help you the most. And maybe I'm underestimating the defensive backs on this roster. But I just look at this, I'm going, this isn't a estate sale. I don't need any of this. But Cam Jordan would be nice to have on my roster as a veteran defensive end.
Yeah, I think those edges probably have the best floor out of all the players.
Yeah, that too, yeah.
You know, I mean, Bosa, Floyd, Jordan, Epinesa, Reddick, and Kyle Van Noy, all those guys could probably come in and be solid rotational pieces for a team still.
No, yeah, and my concern is anytime you sign somebody that has a recognizable name, everybody has an expectation that's not realistic. These guys are free agents for a reason. Good players don't become free agents or get cut in the NFL. They figure it out. They work around the contract. Yes. They make things happen. These guys are still available, and we've been in the league year now for 6 weeks. This is like a list, in my opinion, we revisit at training camp and maybe during the year if there's an injury or something like that. But I don't know right now, other than Cam Jordan, I'm I'm not really interested in a lot of these guys on this list. What did Kramer call it? Hot garbage or something like that?
Yeah, he said this looks like a bunch of used goods.
Yeah, used goods.
That's what it is. Yeah. I mean, my antenna always goes up when guys are still available at certain times of the year. How come 31 other teams haven't signed these guys?
Yeah, this list is kind of makes me sad. I'm like, oh, damn, you guys were all so good. And now it's
like Joey Bosa, man. I feel like he just came into the league. But that guy's hurt every other year, every other minute. So I don't want that. I don't want baggage. Bosa seemingly has a lot of baggage. And I'll be honest with you, L'Jarius Sneed at this point in time has baggage. Because he's hurt. He's played 12 games in 2 years. He's going to come in here, and everybody's going to think it's the L'Jarius Sneed of old where he's throat punching Tyreek Hill. He's going to get beat, and everybody's like, this is terrible signing, So I just look at the list. I'm like, Cam Jordan would be nice. Other than that, I think we're pretty good at a lot of positions after the draft.
Yeah, the Snead thing interests me a little bit, but I'm with you. I mean, he played 5 games in 24. He only played 7 games in 25. So 12 games with the Titans in the last 2 seasons. I guess my one thing with Snead would be like, okay, if I knew more, like, okay, how hurt were you this last season? Was it the team wasn't that good? They knew they were going to cut you? Like, did you just get sat for younger players? Is it that sort of thing? Like, how much juice is there actually? Because he knows this defense and we know how great he was. But you're right. The expectation, that is the fear with adding a guy who's certainly been here. Oh, Snead's coming back. Get ready. This is not the same guy anymore.
The guys who return never really have a great encore performance anywhere in any sport, right? It's very rare somebody comes back and they are who they were. The same with Tyreek Hill. I mean, that's a lower level of why I don't want him here. But he's going to come here, and people are going to have this expectation that Tyreek Hill is just going to be Tyreek Hill of 2018 and 2019, and we're running WASP and doing all that kind of stuff. And that just doesn't work anymore. Guys get old fast in the NFL. Guys get old fast in sports in general. And so you've got to be careful when you go out there and sign some of these guys.
Start bench cut then forget Tyreek Hill. How about some of those other wide receivers? There's 5 others on the list. Yeah, I'll use Juwan Jennings, Keenan Allen. And how about Brandon Cooks, who had what should have been an awesome big-time catch in the playoffs? Controversial, but I thought it was a catch. One start bench cut, Juwan Jennings, Keenan Allen, Brandon Cooks.
I would probably start Keenan Allen, bench Jennings, and then cut Cooks, but I'm not 100% sold on that. You could convince me of another situation.
I think we're all convinced that we're cutting Cooks.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.
I don't want that receiver in Kansas City.
I don't want Stephon Diggs, and I don't want Tyreek Hill.
No. Deebo Samuel?
What am I expecting out of Deebo Samuel? Am I expecting 2019 Deebo Samuel?
No.
Or am I expecting Deebo Samuel to have a catch here or there and kind of be, I don't want to use the term a glue guy because I don't really like that term, but am I looking at it as a guy who's just a contributor?
I think you're looking at maybe an elevated Juju Smith-Schuster. I think maybe, gosh, are they probably about the same age? Because we always forget how much younger Juju is than he actually is.
Probably are. Yeah, you're right.
Because last year I think was Deebo's big prove-it year, and I think it could have been, but obviously the quarterback got hurt and the team kind of went in shambles in Washington. But I think in Kansas City with Mahomes and the way that Mitch is describing how football is going to be played moving forward, you would think that his game would match up here. Big-bodied over the middle, run parallel routes to Travis Kelce. Sounds a lot like Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju works
He's
here.
bigger than Juju, though.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. But I wonder by how much.
I feel like he's a lot bigger. That's my impression. I could be totally wrong.
What is Deebo? 6'1", 230?
Deebo 6 feet 215. Juju 6'1", 215.
Wow.
So
See,
they're the same.
I would never have said Juju was tall. He just looks bigger when he plays.
Mm-hmm. And Deebo is older.
Yeah, it's weird to me.
It is weird. It is weird by about a year.
But I don't think I wouldn't want that either. Like I'm with Bob. I don't want the veterans of Deebo, Tyreek, and Stephon Diggs. Like I'm good on that. I don't think that any of those guys give me what maybe, I don't know, like a Juwan Jennings would give me. Like I feel like Jennings wants to be a star. I think the other 3 guys have already accomplished that, if that makes sense.
What about Brandon Ayuk?
No.
Yeah, I'd need to. I'm not fully against that, is what I'll say. I think there's more to that story. I think San Francisco's kind of screwed him over as well.
I think it's more on the team than it is the player on this one. That's just kind of the way I read the room, and just the way that yesterday, the GM is out there, John Lynch, saying, "Just call us, we'll make a move." Like begging people to call. And so I feel like the team just wants to get rid of him. And If I've got something that you know I need to sell, I'm not making you a good offer on that.
No.
I'll give you a 7th rounder.
Yeah, if they would take that, then absolutely. Because the Chiefs are, whether we want to talk about it or not, they're going to probably need to add something. Because
yes, of course.
Again, like the season starts today, which it doesn't, but top 4 wide receivers for the Kansas City Chiefs right now, today, would be Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Jalen Royals, and Tyquan Thornton.
So immediately you would say no matter what wide receiver of that bunch, they would be probably 3rd on that list.
Yes.
Just based on who's been here longer and,
For sure.
that
For
kind
sure.
of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know of those wide receivers which one gets me excited. Because, again, I look back and I go, you're on this list for a reason. Who'd you piss off? Who'd you show you weren't fast anymore to? Who did you show you now have bad hands or don't want to run the routes the right or whatever it is? Good football players do not become those free agents and hang out on no teams until May. Unless you want to get a deal done late, which some of these guys may. Like Cam Jordan, he don't want to do any of this training camp stuff, and I don't blame him for that. If I'm him, I'm waiting.
And he knows he'll find a team.
He'll find
Cam
a team.
Jordan.
He's Cam Jordan. He'll have a team.
Yes.
River Falls? No. St. Joe? No. Mini camp? June? No.
Get bent.
Call me in September.
Exactly. I'll be in shape. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And at that position, you don't need the camp, really.
I know you don't want to believe it and you don't want it, but is there a little bit of a percentage that makes you think that Tyreek will be back with his team?
Oh, I feel 100% he's going to be back. There's no doubt in my mind. Doesn't mean I don't want him. I mean, I don't think that's good for this organization. I don't think it's good for Andy Reid. Don't fall back into the trap that ended your tenure in Philadelphia. And that was trying to assemble a roster of has-beens and names in the last couple of years. They called it the GD Dream Team, for God's sakes. I don't want that. That was a failed experiment. And you don't want to repeat what you did before that failed. That's how you learn. You don't repeat history when it's bad.
Go ahead.
I was saying, if Andy goes out and gets Tyreek, it's like we're repeating history, guys. It's just not for me.
Better receiver, everybody's healthy. Tyreek Hill, Rashee Rice.
Well, it's Tyreek Hill. I think he's the best receiver in franchise history. Today, though, he just doesn't fit.
Today, right now, healthy Rashee Rice is better than Tyreek Hill.
Oh, I thought you meant overall career. No, today.
Geez, yeah. Tyreek Hill.
Today. No, it's Rashee Rice today.
Yeah, Rice today.
Xavier Worthy or Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyquan Thornton or Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
He'd be the second best wide receiver on this team.
Maybe.
Yeah, if Worthy makes the jump, sure. He'd be the third.
No, I was just talking about injuries. I mean, do we know that he's going to be like?
Well, I said injuries don't matter.
He said, he just said
injuries don't matter.
He's just telling me it's healthy. Then, yeah, I mean, he's the second best wide receiver on
I
the
also
team.
have a hard time believing he's going to be healthy, though.
I'm with you.
I mean, you look at that mangled leg sitting on the sidelines, and your job is to run fast with that mangled leg. Like, that's hard for anybody to come back from.
And past those 4, just to emphasize this point for the listeners, because if you're listening, you're like, oh, those 4, I kind of like those names. Okay, well, what happens if one of those guys get hurt? Because after that, it's Cyrus Allen, who they just drafted in the 5th round. We'll see. That is a complete question mark. Jason Brownlee, come on, get bent. Jimmy Holiday. Andrew Armstrong, never heard of him. Nico Remigio.
Yeah. And the Caldwell kid. He'll be the fan favorite this year in training camp. But again, we haven't seen any of those guys.
Yes.
It's thin.
Yeah, coming up next, we'll get to a story that is quite hilarious that involves the New York Giants here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control made our lawn look unbelievably awesome. It's better than anybody else's on the block. And I know that because I look at everybody else's on the block, but I also see everybody else on the block looking at our lawn. We were the laughingstock for a decade on the block. Everybody knew their lawn couldn't be as bad as ours. Now, those times have changed. Everybody's looking at our lawn going, how can we be as good as your lawn? Because we went from dandelions and weeds and dirt and just dead spots to a beautiful green lawn that has no weeds and has no dandelions anymore. And it all changed last year when we hired the college-educated professionals at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control. They study that soil, the seed, the climate. They know how to grow the best grass here in Kansas City. And right now, they're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. bad. You also need to call Aspen Lawn and Pest Control for the pest control side. Get that mosquito dome put over your yard, and you'll be able to sit outside, and your pets will be able to sit outside as well and not have to worry about mosquitoes and fleas and ticks. So visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Heartland Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. Heartland Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
In digital advertising, everyone talks about clicks, but clicks don't pay the bills. Sales do. Outcomes from Viant is a new way to advertise that prioritizes your bottom line. Our AI-driven technology looks past the noise to find the customers most likely to buy your product. It's smarter, faster, and designed for real-world results. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is...
just driving the kids to soccer practice.
Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
And hey, come on, no cleats on the seats.
I hope you're sitting down. The ACA Marketplace has announced significant increases on monthly premiums with deductibles over $10,000. You can enroll with Matt B. and KC at BBS Insurance's Freedom of Choice plan now. You don't have to wait. Their plan lets you use any doctor, has zero outpatient deductibles, and it's 30 to 60% lower costs than most Obamacare plans. Also, there's no income disclosure required, so no potential tax penalties. If you are a small business owner or pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive. Call Matt B. and KC for an instant quote over the phone at 816-205-4664. That's 816-205-4664. Or go to bbsinsurance.net. That's bbsinsurance.net. They will customize a plan chosen and managed by you, not the government.
You know what's an advantage of disc golf over real golf, Mac? They don't aerate greens at your courses. And I've always wondered, and text line if you want to feel free to chime in on this, am I a jerk if I call a course and I'm like, yeah, I just want to know what your green fees are today? And they're like, $54. I'm like, okay. Can I ask a follow-up question? Sure, what's up? Have you recently aerated your greens? Is that a fair question?
I have no idea.
Because it's
Is $54 a lot to play golf?
It is if they've aerated the greens.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay.
And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the standard pricing is. So, for instance, today I'm going to play at Adams Point. Great place to play golf. One of my favorite courses. They're proud of their course, but it's in good shape. So sometimes it costs to play on nice things, right?
Of course.
But, like, I don't want to pay that much if the greens have a bunch of holes and sand on them. Does that make sense? Am I being a complainer?
I think that makes sense.
I don't think so. No, I don't think you're complaining.
Because I feel like the course wouldn't want to tell you that because then, of course, you're going to be like, oh, I'm out.
Yeah, right. Look, I don't know how to explain this, so I'm just going to explain this way. If you have a golf course and you're charging somebody $54 to play, and that's the normal rate, then the green should be cleaned of all those turds, because that's what essentially they are, right? Little turd things, pellets up there.
Yeah.
Now, if you aerated your greens, you're not getting the same experience, then you should lower the price and say maybe for $35, hey, we got our greens aerated. We're going to give everybody the opportunity to play for $35 because now, again, I don't know what a golf course business plan is. Maybe they don't need to do it. People are going to play that course anyway because they want to play it regardless. So I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is.
Text line says, fair question. It's expected. I've worked part-time at golf course for 3 years. It's totally a fair question. Very much a legitimate and fair question, of course. I work at Country Creek. Love Country Creek. Great course. And we get that call from time to time. So, all right. So it's a fair question. I'm going to call him then. Like, hey, what's up? Bob Fescoe here. Just want to, I'm kidding.
I don't play golf, so they'll know it's not me.
This is an interesting story. So you remember that Young Ho Koo kick where he kicked the ground first and stubbed his foot and then missed a field goal? So this is crazy news from Polymarket Sports. A man laughed so hard at Young Ho Koo's failed field goal, he had a seizure that saved his life.
This is an incredible story.
Insane. The man laughed so hard he had a seizure and was rushed to the hospital where doctors found a tennis ball-sized tumor on his brain following a CT scan, and it saved his life.
It's insane because, those brain aneurysms are things that there's no warning signs for, right?
No.
And I'm not going to lie, I think about that kind of stuff. You have kids and you're starting to think about your own mortality at a point like that. And you can do everything right, but to have a brain aneurysm, there's literally nothing you can do about that. And to see this guy's life basically saved because he had a seizure because he was laughing so hard at a kicker, it warms my heart. It really does. I mean, what a great story that this guy's still around because of something so stupid related to sports.
Laughed so hard at somebody's mistake that it put him in a seizure, that found out he had a tumor on his brain that got removed. That is wild. Oh,
I hope Young Wei Koo has heard that story.
I'm sure he has about this point. It's been everywhere, right?
Yes.
If he hasn't, then that's on him. Who's he play for now?
I don't know where Koo's
nobody.
No, I don't think he does. I don't think because he came into the league and everybody thought he was going to be a really, really good kicker, and he stunk. I mean, he missed extra points. This guy missed field goals that were closer than extra points were. He was not a good kicker. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has no job at this point in time, but doesn't take away from that story. He should still know about that. That's cool.
Ooh, is this true? Is this true? Got some news on the text line. Philadelphia Phillies fire their manager.
Oh, did they?
That's what we're getting.
Oh.
Somebody says another manager gone, and somebody says Phillies manager is gone. I'm not seeing anything on X about it yet.
Yep.
It is official.
As long as it's not that Nightingale who's got it wrong.
Oh, Bobby?
Yeah.
It can't be Bob Nightingale?
No, it's,
Well, Matt Gelb, the Phillies have fired manager Rob Thompson, sources told The Athletic.
Because the first name I saw was Bob Nightingale.
Well, there's not many of the insiders. That guy's been wrong about everything. Don Mattingly taking over as manager. That's awesome.
Passon's got it, too. He says Philadelphia Mattingly. This is how he gets his ring. This is how Donnie Ballgame gets it.
Oh, you think the Phillies are going to turn this around?
Donnie Ballgame, man.
Boy.
You got to love Don Mattingly. Awesome career, sad ending.
Yeah, terrible ending.
Never got a ring, has one of the greatest nicknames in all of baseball, Donnie Ballgame.
A hitman.
Yeah.
His poster when I was a kid was like him with a gun and a pinstripe suit. I mean, it was awesome.
Damn.
So congratulations to Donnie Baseball. He gets that opportunity. He's been a Dodgers manager and he's had that before. But like if you're the Phillies now, you need a buzz. You need to hire Alex Cora. Philly would go crazy over having Alex Cora as their manager.
Awesome.
The door is wide open.
Do it.
Do it right now.
Yes.
That's the smart play. But if you're Alex Cora, you're going from Boston to Philly. Alex Cora's like, I need to get to Kansas City. And people leave me alone there.
Cincinnati have an opening?
Yeah.
Golly.
So you're going to go from one belly of the beast to another belly of the beast. And they're worse than New York are, Philly and Boston, because they all look at New York and they all have an inferiority complex. And so now they're, yelling about managers. And so the Red Sox and Phillies have both fired their managers, the two probably most toxic places to work in all of professional sports when you're a coach. And they're gone. So go out there and hire Alex Cora.
I love that idea. Please do that.
This is kind of a funny tweet. Somebody has a caption. It says, Eric Bieniemy on the first day of training camp this summer. It's a picture of Joe Exotic with the caption. He says, guess what, mother effer?
Damn right.
Oh, man. So how long until the Mets get rid of their manager?
Well, they're next.
Okay, I was going to say, the other two have moved.
Yeah, I really thought the Mets would probably do it yesterday with an off day. But they didn't.
They just want to get embarrassed one more time?
I don't know what it is, man. If you're the Mets, yesterday was that opportunity. But again, as we said earlier, fire the GM. He put this crap together.
That's crazy.
Where is Philadelphia right now playing? Oh, they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't 3 a.m. They probably popped him this morning.
Yeah, because 10:53 there right now? So it's...
Yeah,
he was an 8 a.m. call.
Probably. Hey, you need to come to the office. And
no, I don't. No. All right. Well, then All right. Sounds good. Talk to you later. Back to Lawrence I go.
I was reading a story from former Royal Clint Hurdle the other day, and it was about when he became a manager for the first time. He was named as an interim manager, and for 2 days, the GM kept calling him, going, I need to show up at your house. I got something to tell you. And he kept saying no and ignoring the GM call because he was like an assistant coach at the time. He thought we were all getting fired, right? And so the GM finally just showed up at his house. He goes, I want to fire everybody. I want to make you the interim manager.
Wow. Avoiding it the whole time.
Avoiding it, yeah. Because in baseball, that's usually you're not. There's never any good news if the GM's showing up at your crib.
Does your wife like Chipotle?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So this comes from the Deals guy on Twitter. Chipotle's giving up to 200,000 free entrees to teachers. No purchase needed. Just to enter for a chance. Ends May 12th.
Nice.
Verified job status. Feed them teachers. I feel like teachers should get half off once a week any restaurant anywhere they're at.
Yeah, I agree.
Half off your meal or half off your bar tab, whatever you want. How was your week? Sit down and take a load off. Hey, go do something nice for somebody you never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool.
Hey, Dusty Wathan promoted to bench coach, though. That's cool for the local kid. I love it.
Stay kind, stay safe, stay groovy. Coming up next, it's Cody, Gold, and Drew. And don't you worry, folks.